basically telling horrible news, guys. Terrible tragedy just happened. You know, all those guys aren't going to report on the actual facts. So we have a lot of good news today that involve immigration. Like, for example, the fact that the border's closed. Like, this red graph, these are asylum seekers, right? So these are how asylum seekers are at 0 ever since Trump showed up, which is, by the way, awesome. And also going to talk about Johnny Somali actually going to jail. A Somali retard from America, unfortunately, who went to South Korea to harass people. He's in jail now there. Like, the 2026, year of the crusade, man. These people are going away. Now, my favorite thing is when Donald Trump posted this chart about how legal immigration is down to basically 0, like lots of libtards were losing their mind. Did you even understand that this chart before sharing it? You're bragging about reducing legal entries, not illegal ones. Oh, you absolute fucking retarded bitch. Yes, we're also super happy that we're diminishing legal immigration too. I'm so glad you paid attention. You see, every single illegal in the country needs to get deported, but we also don't need to accept that many legals too. We're full. I love how like the leftoid mind is just like a whole bunch of like unbelievable hormonal women and simps crying all their days on Twitter and shrieking and freaking out about how somehow it's America's obligation to let ourselves get raped by the third world. Heart-wrenching as it sounds, that's literally where we are. And fantastic news, the border wall is actually being built as well. Oh no, a wall on a border, I can't believe this. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. We take inspiration from the Vatican, which literally built border walls to keep Muslims out. Historically speaking, I'm not saying that's the purpose of our border wall, obviously. Because, you know, obviously we have a immigration problem for more than just Muslims.
And I just learned today that CBP says they will soon be at the milestone of 1 mile per day in new border wall. Nice. That includes, by the way, the water barrier. So on the Rio Grande, there's a water barrier. Oh. There's 5 miles so far. Stretch all the way across.
So a couple of things, Stephen. Everyone's saying,
and then the leftists be like, no, but we love human smuggling. What about the human, the child trafficking, the asylum seekers? Yeah, thank you, we don't.
It's impossible to talk about immigration reform without sealing the border. Nobody I know, Democrat or Republican, who does not believe the border is sealed. Leads some to say, like farmers and meat packers, what about some of the illegals here that are helping my company? Which led Mike Law, a Republican in a battleground district, to roll out the Dignity Act. Here's a little of it.
Yeah. It says if you've been here more than 5 years, so not the people that came under Joe Biden.
Even Republicans are trying to push this, and I think a lot of people are unaware how absolutely horrible the general Republican Party is. We need to actually start making a difference on a local level, man, because we have some real retards out there. Like, there was this new shit that just happened where basically you had 4 Republicans join with the Democrats to stop us from revoking the temporary protective status of Haitians. And it's like, my guy, we gotta get every single one of these people out, bro.
It's disastrous administration. But the people who have been in this country more than 5 years, 10, 15, 20 years, whose children and grandchildren may in fact be American citizens, they will qualify if they have not committed a crime.
Like, this is like I am a Republican congressman with a massive vagina. We need to give citizenship to people because oopsie poopsie, a woman might cry. And it's like, my God, vagina out of here, please.
They pay back taxes. They pay a fine. They have a job, and they do not collect government benefits.
I don't care.
They qualify for a legal status, not citizenship.
I don't care what he meant. Get them all out. The Dignity Act. You want to know my incredibly hot take? People are not going to like this. I don't want them to have dignity. They broke the law. They invaded our country illegally. We need to get them out of there, and their dignity is irrelevant. I don't want to give these people dignity. They didn't give a shit about me or my country or my people. Why should I give a shit about them? I'm sorry, man. I'm really tired of like this emotional gaslighting. Oh, but we didn't do the people that raped you. No, we don't.
But here's some of the facts of the Dignity Act.
I don't care about the Dignity Act. All right, I don't care about any of this garbage. People are pathetic. It's real. Now, of course, one of the major reasons why they want all these illegal aliens is because they want to be fraud. And I think this is one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. The California State Assembly is trying to advance the Stop Nick Shirley Act to criminalize investigative journalism. Nick Shirley says California's trying to pass a bill that would criminalize investigative journalism with misdemeanors, $10,000 fines, imprisonment, and content takedown. This is insane. They're like, we want to do fraud and we want to get away with the fraud, so we're going to imprison anyone that investigates the fraud. Holy shit! Proposed bill is titled AB 264. It was made after I exposed mass fraud by immigrant groups in America. Under AB 264, government-funded entities like the Somali hearing centers would be protected from being exposed if they operated inside California. The enemy including within when our politicians would rather protect fraudsters and illegal migrants. It's time for us to stand up or face mass oppression from the traitors who rule over us. And he's just right here. And honestly, we gotta destroy these people. Like, there's a large sentiment, and it's a growing sentiment that it's like, well, a lot of the Republicans aren't doing enough, and they're trying to come up with ways to actually be gay about shit, give amnesty to people and whatever. And I agree. So we need to get those people out of office and actually start electing some radical motherfuckers. The solution isn't vote Democrat so they can enslave us forever. But anyway, there is one
double ding
immigration story, and that is Johnny Somali, complete fucking retard, man. The Somalis have been like one of the prime targets of this shit because there is like zero upside to having Somalis in your country, it turns out. Oh no, Nux, that's racist. Is it though? Is it though? Well, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Show me an upside. Show me how America is better because we've imported hundreds of thousands of Somalis. Like, this is the most obvious group of people that doesn't want to assimilate, that just straight up makes our country worse. You know, people crying about the literacy rates dropping. Well, we're importing people with an average IQ of 67, and they get included in this consensus. And it's like, oh, the average literacy rate is dropping. Yeah, we're importing dumb fucks, man. It's a problem. Yeah, anyway, so Johnny Somali is an American who went to Korea to harass people, and he's in jail now. That's right. His court case ended, and he is actually in prison, and it's awesome.
I know for a fact I'm not going to go to jail. One day in jail. I'm going to laugh my off when all these motherfuckers are saying I'm going for 30 years, 20 years, 5 years, 10 years. Bro, I'm telling you, I'm not even going to do 1 day, bro. They're going to give me a fine. They're going to say, don't come back to Korea. You're the one who's going to look so dumb when I don't.
Dude, I love how this guy is just the poster boy for Somali immigration at this point. He is easily the most famous Somali migrant of all time. Bro goes to Korea, ends up getting himself thrown in jail for being a complete piece of shit, you know, and he's talking shit the whole time. The Koreans are stupid, and he's better, and he's superior, and he's so much better, and Korea sucks, and North Korea is better than South Korea, and, you know, and this dude goes in, and he's talking up his big game, he's saying all the things, you know, this is exactly, you know, this dude with his bananas and rice really thinks he can go to another country and be superior. And my guy is in jail. It's just beautiful. Consequences are glorious.
Don't get any jail time or anything. Like, bro, I'm gonna laugh like a villain.
All right, so
that didn't end up happening.
We got a lawyer that actually went to the court case, I think.
Johnny Somali, aka Ramzi Khalid Ismail, has been sentenced to 6 months and 20 days in prison with.
Complete W, bro. Bro's gonna get raped by Ni Jing Chun over there, and it's gonna be fucking diabolical. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's gonna be evil. Now, again, I don't want Johnny Somali to get raped in prison. I'm just saying there's a high likelihood that his roommate will be a large, very fat, overweight, sweaty Korean man named Putin Kok. Like, I ain't gonna lie. If bro's roommate is Dong Suk, it's gonna be pretty diabolical.
Labor in Seoul, South Korea today. We're going to get that today on The Legal Mindset. We teach you to be around judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney who's been tracking this from beginning to end. And today we're going to break out the exact reasons for the guilty plea, his imprisonment, his sentence, and what happens next. Let's get into what happened today in Seoul, South Korea. So first of all, to just get to my opening statements, Ramzi Khalid Ismail, aka Johnny Somali, was found guilty on all 8 charges. So there were 4 counts.
Wait. No shot. Bro, like, a lot of his charges are like disturbing of peace and shit, which is great, absolutely. But apparently, like, that means he's a sex offender. That means he's a registered sex offender. Oh my God! They threw the book at the. We need to treat immigrants this way too, man.
Counts of business obstruction, 2 counts of the Minor Crimes Act, and 2 counts of the deep fake distribution. Guilty.
Don't you being racist? No, I'm not being racist. These guys fucking suck, man. Like, come on, dude. All right, if you're coming into our country, you need to obey our laws. If you don't obey our laws, we're gonna obliterate you. That's how it works. That's at least how it should work. All right, this infinite pussification of society to let these people get off of literally whatever they do. All right, it just makes them do more shit.
on all charges. He was sentenced to 6 months in prison with labor, an additional 20 days of detention, and 5 years of offender status, with his phones being permanently confiscated. But how did we get there? Well, we got there through a team effort. I started this in front of the same courtroom, and their photo here today is a photo, and once again, in front of that same.
I love it, dude. I love it. This is like a generational hater. He actually went to court to watch this dumb fuck go to jail. Absolute cinema.
In courtroom today, but it was a team effort. My team, the Somali conviction team, worked very hard submitting evidence, submitting facts, and really getting into it with this process where we wanted to have jail time instead of the normal process where foreigners are often just given a fine and let go.
God, that is so based. You know, God bless the citizens that are fighting for justice when the giant, slopping, drooling vaginas that are running society just want to let everyone off on shit forever. You know, if not for like people like Nick Shirley doing investigative journalism himself, you know, we would have never had this fraud task force actually start arresting people, and hundreds of people have already been arrested for fraud situations. You know, like if we wouldn't have like, you know, our absolute assholes in society driving people insane to actually enforce the law, the laws wouldn't be enforced. They would just let people get off of everything. Dude, this is cinema.
Which we thought could be a very, very real possibility if there was not more attention on this. And you can
completely true. And the moral of the story is that you matter. You viewer who think you don't matter, you do matter. God created you in his own image for a reason. And maybe it's not to harass Korean judges to make sure that they arrest Somalis. But if it is, then that is a truly worthwhile reason to be in this world. You've made your creator proud.
You can see we had Korean media which interviewed us, and many people from the team were there. You've got Professor Ulrich Nod, you've got Kangmin Lee, who's showed up off of X. You've got Atozi, you've got myself, Gabe, another individual who showed up who saw the coverage. You've got Atozi's editor. Everybody worked together. This was a huge team effort. There are a lot of people that aren't even pictured in this that worked together to get this done. And because of the coverage of this, and also the coverage in Korean media, as you see here, that actually led to a different result than normal.
True.
But let's get into this.
And that is why citizen journalism is everything today, because we have the ability to annoy politicians into submission. That's right. We just gotta annoy the shit out of these people until they actually buckle to our whims. That's right. We have to threaten them. We have to outvote them. We have to install new, more radical people than they are. That's right. And when people say, Nux, you're radicalizing your audience, I say, yes, I hope so. I would love it if we could get some Old Testament justice brought back into society. I would love to bring back a more liberally used death penalty on murderers and child rapists. I would love it if vandals and thieves and burglars and fraudsters end up getting forced labor for years to pay up whatever damage they've done. Under my system, a truly colorblind, anti-racist system, it doesn't matter what color you are, you will be punished to the full extent of the law. And I have no mercy or loyalty to the politicians that refuse to enable that agenda, because they will lose their next elections. Because we, here, the citizen journalists of the world, need to come together and brutally humiliate the retards and losers to make sure that everyone knows exactly what they're voting for. Because you matter. The last thing any of these people in these positions of power actually want is a spotlight on their wrongdoing. So you know what? They're gonna capitulate.
Trial facts itself. So how did the trial start?
All right, let's
go.
Well,
the trial started packed with observers. Now, the first time I came, there was hardly anybody in that courtroom about a year and a half ago. However, today, standing room only. People were standing, sitting on the floor, all there for Somali. They had to
all there to watch a Somali go to jail. Based, honestly, I would do it too.
Put up actually the red tape. They had to line people up. It was very, very much more chaotic than normal. Now, strict security was enforced. There was no phones or recording, as well as no reaction.
I love how Somali fatigue just got so fucking bad. Everyone just wanted to see this dude eat shit.
Actions or expression. At one point, when someone smiled during the courtroom, the bailiff actually corrected them to, hey, no expressions.
Wow.
No, keep it serious, keep it somber. And the judge did remain the same throughout the trial. Now, the prosecutor did change in the spring from the older male prosecutor that was there before to a new female prosecutor, which was there today in this case. Now, what happened? Well, first, there was the guilty portion, because first they had to assess the guilt, because Ramsey had pled guilt on 6 of the charges, the business obstruction and the Minor Crimes Act, but still reasserted his non-guilty plea.
Bro didn't want to be a registered sex offender. Can't imagine why.
In the deepfakes. So the judge found Somali guilty on the deepfakes, as we predicted he would, because a reasonable person of the age and gender of the victims would experience shame at the deepfakes. The judge then went on to say, okay, you're guilty, now let's talk about sentencing. And he said, in his opinion, there were both mitigating and aggravating factors for the sentencing of Somali. So the mitigating factors that he explained in this case were for that victims Jungmann and Hank Yu did not want Somali to be punished. And there has been a settlement with Jungmann that they tried to get the charges dropped. So they weren't dropped, but the judge did say he did factor that in for mitigation. They also said that victim Bong Bong did not experience severe shame or embarrassment. And had she experienced more severe embarrassment, perhaps
it was only moderate shame and embarrassment, I guess.
Harsh punishment. They also said, and this is very interesting, that the travel ban and the inability to return home were technical disadvantages for Somali. That was very curious to me, because if he had been allowed to leave and go home, he clearly would have not come back and not faced any punishment, never gone to jail. He would have just not come back to Korea.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, these people are too weak. Too weak! But anyway, I don't care. This dude's in jail for 6 months.
However, he did bring up aggravating factors. The aggravating factors he brought up were that Somali repeatedly committed crimes primarily for YouTube revenue and broadcasted these with no regard for the victim. He also said that Somali showed clear disregard for—
Not gonna lie, bro. We introduced these people with an average IQ of 6'7" to the internet. And everything was worse since then. We gotta immediately cut off internet access to the third world, and society would become a utopia immediately. No more AI slop images from Pakistan talking about how Iran is winning the war against America. No more Tucker Carlson pandering to Islamic voters. No more people shaming you for Islamophobia when you're not a huge fan of rape happening in England every 54 minutes, in London specifically. All right, you know, like, we wouldn't have a Johnny Somali if— I'm not gonna lie. This dude wouldn't be out there harassing and people in public to the point that he became a registered sex offender. You know, if he wouldn't have had access to the internet. I'm telling you, man. Look, people are gonna say I'm racist, but they can't call me a liar.
For Korean law. And this is something he understood from the files that we, myself and the Somali conviction team, submitted to them, showing that he didn't care about Korean law, he disrespected the judge, the prosecutor, and really the Korean system at large. He said that the Korean system is an absolute joke, and because of that, he wanted to show how much of a joke it was.
Shout out to President Yoon. F the judge. F the prosecutor. Y'all can suck my dick. Yeah, suck my dick on soft.
There's zero humility, and it just did him in.
Now, he also did bring up the risk of repeat copycat crimes, and saying that because Johnny Somali is a type of streamer which can be copied and repeated, this is a risk, and they need to set a precedent to deter other streamers from—
So based. All law needs to work like this. I love how it's just like, oh, you know, he might have copycats. Dude, if a guy gets away with murder, there will be copycats. If a guy gets away with vandalism, there will be copycats. The consequences are important not only to punish the individual, but to prevent other people from doing that crime, because they don't want to face those consequences too. Absolutely. There's always risk of copycat
coming in. Now, whether or not 6 months will actually deter people is up for debate. A lot of people, even myself included, think it's not severe enough to deter everybody, but perhaps it can be some sort of deterrent. But he did factor that in as an aggravating factor.
All right.
So when he handed down the sentence, he explained very clearly it was 6 months in prison with labor. That will be in a specialized prison for labor, also in a prison for offenders, because he had 5 years of offender status, so he can be no—
Bro's actually getting raped in jail. This is so fucking sad, dude. Oh my god. They're putting him in a sex offender jail for labor. He's so cooked. Bro and his prison mate Dong Suk are really gonna get along. They out there are gonna become best of friends. They're gonna know each other inside and out.
nowhere near women or children, and he also has to be away from certain types of locations as well. So he can't do all sorts of labor, but he will be laboring in prison. He also will have an additional 20 days of detention, and his phones are permanently confiscated. He will never get back that Galaxy or iPhone ever again. The judge also explained that there are several questions about flight risk and whether he would be immediately detained. They gave him the option to remain silent, but instead Johnny Somali decided to speak and
No shot. He's so retarded, bro. Bro. Never let a man with an IQ of 6'7" actually make his own life decisions.
decided to lie even more. So when Somali spoke, the judge asked him if he was still a student. Somali lied. He said, yes, Arizona State University. We all know this is untrue. He hasn't been a student for quite a long time. The judge asked if there's any other reason why he should not be immediately detained. Somali said, I have family in my home country
Oh, get
that I
outta
miss
here, bro.
deeply. And I know I have to pay for my crimes, but I'd be grateful if you gave me a second chance because I think I can do better.
Sure.
Well, the judge kind of ignored this plea because it didn't actually answer the question of why he shouldn't be immediately detained. Of course, they're not going to let him go home. That's ridiculous. He's already been sentenced. The prosecutor stated, in fact, that he does pose a severe flight risk and should be detained immediately.
Agreed.
Now, he was given another chance to speak to kind of respond to the prosecutor. Somali again lied and said, throughout the court proceedings from 2025 to now, I have refrained from doing anything to harass the public. So I feel this has taught me a vital lesson.
outta
Of course,
here,
we know that's
bro.
not true. We have the sexual harassment charges that were filed based on his activity during that
filed.
period, and those are filed in the
This dude literally films himself sexually harassing people, and then he actually just goes to the judge and just lies into the camera. Dude, I'm getting flashbacks to like the Somali Leering Center in Minnesota. Bro goes to the camera and is like, I would show you my paperwork, but someone broke into my Leering Center and stole all the paperwork. It's like, just straight up lie to the camera like that.
Eastern District. We also had several instances where he was
Brutal.
harassing people in public, where he was insulting people, getting drunk. So we know that's not true. But the judge said, okay, really, that none of that is relevant. We're going to find a significant flight risk and detain him immediately.
Dang.
So the judge then explained that there's 7 days for both Somali or the prosecution to appeal. This is very important because the prosecution can find that this was too light. They recommended 3 years and he only got 6 months. So the prosecution has a chance to go back, go to the court and say, no, we need more time. We think this is not fair. Somali can also try to appeal this, but the thing is for Somali, where appeals really aren't going to work in his favor, is the average appeal takes about 6 months. So if Somali is angry about this, he has to appeal from jail. So while he'll be in jail, he'll be serving that time. By the time he would
it's
appeal
over,
it
bro.
for saying it's too severe,
This is
well, his
crazy.
term will probably be up. He'll
Finally.
probably be at the end of his sentence where he's already served that prison labor. Now, the bailiff did a
I've been following this story for so long. I just keep saying, wake me when he's in jail. Wake me when he's in jail. He's in jail.
Somali out after that, after they explained the chance for appeal, the 7 days for appeal. His possessions were taken. Somali seemed to be prepared to go to jail as he brought a full backpack with all of his things, and he was handcuffed immediately and taken to a side room where he'll be bussed over to the detention center,
my
and they'll
God.
eventually decide which prison to send him to. After Somali left the room and we saw him be, taken off and handcuffed, all the observers left. Now, Korean media was waiting outside, and myself, others, Atozi, we were interviewed about how we felt about it, and we gave our true opinion, which is we are happy that he was proven wrong, but we think that he deserved more time there. They also
The YouTubers just fucking going for the jugular.
asked us if we were talking as YouTubers or Americans or whatever, and I answered that we're talking as people interested in the truth, and we're interested
That's
in
right. It's
revealing the
about
Korean
justice.
court process and getting the truth out there, both to Korea, Americans, everybody, and making sure he serves the time that he should serve and he's punished appropriately. So here's my judgment. Somali was proven wrong when he said, I promise you I won't spend 1 day in jail.
Well, yeah.
I know for a fact I'm not gonna go to jail. Not 1 day in jail.
I'm gonna show you guys how far I can push the boundaries, and I'm gonna show you that the Korean government is not gonna do anything to me. The
Somali IQ level strategy over there.
Korean legal system is not as strong as people think and perceive it to be.
He's in jail right now, by the way.
That it makes me very, very happy that Somali was once again proven wrong on that. However, objectively, 6 months and 20 days is a light sentence. At least 2
It
years
is.
would have been appropriate, particularly given the prosecution's recommendation of 3 years. That would have been a compromise where they didn't get the full
I felt
3
like they figured he's a foreigner and he has an retarded level IQ. Are we really gonna hold him for 3
years, but they also didn't get a small amount. 6 months is too light. And because of that, we strongly encourage the prosecution to appeal, and we will be, along with the Somali conviction team, myself, encouraging the prosecutors to appeal. We also have the CHS child sexual harassment charges that are still floating out there in the Eastern District. We're going to be encouraging that district to bring those charges because those charges can be brought while Somali is in jail, and that could result in him being in Korea for an even longer time.
That's crazy.
But I want to know what you guys think about.
I just love the fact that we got like the citizen journalists being like, no, stop being gigantic vaginas and jail this motherfucker. Serve him bananas and rice every day, all day till he drops. Couple of real men in a world of vaginas. And that's why you matter. That's why every single one of us matters. Not only on some sort of metaphysical level, but quite literally, your voice and your strength make a difference. Democracy isn't a perfect system, but we're gonna abuse the shit out of it. To prove the flaws of democracy, you have to see this clip. It went super viral. We got to talk about Zoran Mamdani, who somehow got elected, Joe Biden, who somehow got elected. Like, these people are tearing our culture and our society apart. Some of the most unbelievably demented stuff just happened, and we have to talk about it. So this is Biden visiting the Syracuse University for to unveil a giant portrait of himself. Very, very narcissistic, we know. And this
Holy
dude,
crap.
he pulled off one of the most diabolical gaffes anyone's ever seen.
I want to turn around to one guy and say, Barack, what are you doing?
Just points at a random black guy in the crowd and says, Barack, what are you doing?
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. I feel like he should be standing on the right and I should be standing on the left. Hey, doesn't this look at Barack?
Doesn't he look like Barack? Oh. Oh no!
Anyway.
I'm gonna need to show you body cam footage after a black situation of this magnitude.
As they say, you've done good, fella.
Well, I tried.
Well, that might be the most awkward thing I've ever seen in my entire life. No one knows how this dude actually managed to show up. No one knows. Anyway, it's really nice to see that his cancer diagnosis seemed to have cleared up. No one's talking about it anymore. Thank God. I'm really happy he's okay. Now he can spend his final years in prison for betraying our country and opening our border or something. Anyway, we got to talk about what the Democrats have been doing, because the new Democrat Party is a party of complete miscreants and terrorist supporters. Anyone that actually does like our country and our culture is on the right now. Everyone that hates our country and our culture is on the left. Now, the issue is the moderate liberal still claims they like the country. So those guys can't win elections anymore. They need to literally have complete dumb fuck retard radical leftist foreigners in every single election ever. This guy is running for governor in California or something. What's he running for? He's running for on fixing literacy in California.
Higher expense, no security, no safety, no literacy. My plan, Marka plan, make affordable California again, will recognize children who maintain GPA levels.
Motherfucker is fighting for literacy and he can't speak. It's unbelievable that we're like literally letting ourselves get raped by the third world for this shit.
3.87, 3.93 will support first buying car upon graduation from high school, will credit $505.
Like, this is unironically just the leftist position. We're gonna bring in some foreigner that hates our country and he's gonna tear us apart and tell the retards how he's gonna give you free shit. Maybe you'll vote for him.
Plus first year, no registration fee.
It's just shocking that this is an actual ad. This guy's running on fixing literacy in California, can't speak English. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen, is what I would say, normally. Now, Zoran Mamdani, let's just say, got into a lot of drama lately. And a lot of people are talking about this because, well, they hate our country and they like the people that are destroying our country. So I can't show you this full clip because it does get violent. But as you can see, this individual of a nebulous ethnic background is resisting arrest.
Yeah, I saw this.
live violent. They end up putting him on the ground. I don't think I can actually show you. He ends up cutting his leg on a bottle that breaks in the video. Obviously, I can't show it to you, but it's about 7 minutes of battling each other on the ground. And then we have Zoran Mamdani pop out of fucking nowhere. The violence used by NYPD officers in this video is extremely disturbing and unacceptable. Officers should never treat a person this way. This is a criminal resisting arrest. What are they supposed to do? I'm telling you, the radical left's position is just like, let them rape you. Just spread your butt for them. Let it go quickly. The NYPD is conducting a full investigation into this incident. My guy, what are they supposed to do, bro? Dude tries to rob a liquor store. They try to arrest him. He fights back. They actually use force to put him on the ground. He cuts his leg on a bottle. And all of a sudden, Zoran Mamdani, mayor of New York City, he's going to activate his retards to attack this guy. It's like, we're importing third worlders, we're giving them positions of power, and then they're stopping our law enforcement from enforcing laws to let the third worlders continue to rape us. All right, now, where was that energy when stuff like this happens? A devastated son blasts animal squatter who stomped New York City mom to death as she planned fresh start. But, like, we have so many instances of unbelievable tragedies happening in New York of all sorts of violence. The mayor doesn't condemn any of it. The mayor only condemns the cops. He doesn't ever condemn the criminals. He visits criminals in jail. There was a story of a guy who stabbed a cop and the cop shot him in the leg or something and he ended up in the hospital. He didn't visit the cop. He visited the terrorist. Just absolute clown world insanity. Oh my God. All right, now he released this little advertisement, I would call it, but it's truly unbelievable that he actually posted this. I guess it's not that unbelievable if she just exists to rape you. This is his ad talking about how he's gonna rape you.
When I ran for mayor, I said I was gonna tax the rich. Well, today we're taxing the rich.
I got a little too close.
I'm thrilled to announce we've secured a pied-à-terre tax. The first in New York's history.
Wow.
This is an annual fee on luxury properties worth more than $5 million, whose owners do not...
Luxury properties worth more than $5 million. So, like, almost any property in Manhattan. Okay.
...live full time in the city. Like for this penthouse, which hedge fund CEO Ken Griffin bought for $238 million. This pied-à-terre tax is specifically designed for the richest of the rich, those who store their wealth in New York City real estate, but who don't actually live here. But even so, they're able to reap the huge financial rewards of owning property in, dare I say, the greatest city in the world. And most of the time...
That's right. You thought you were buying something, when in actuality, the government owns everything. You fool. Welcome to communism.
These units are sitting empty, since, again, they don't actually live here. This is a fundamental...
But he bought it. But they don't care, because they think that people shouldn't actually own things. That's communism.
The unfair system that hurts working New Yorkers. Now, it's coming to an end. This tax will raise at least $500 million directly for the city.
That's less money than he spent on LGBT programs this year, by the way.
It'll help fund things like free childcare, cleaner streets.
Free childcare for illegal aliens, by the way.
And safer neighborhoods.
Safer neighborhoods when the crime rates increased under his actual mayorship.
Mayor, I believe everyone has a role to play in contributing to our city.
Everyone has a role to play, including the rich, because we're taking their money. Thank you, rich. Meanwhile, Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, begs rich people to come back to New York because they're all leaving. And the reality is, of course they're leaving. Obviously, why would rich people stay in New York? Why? So it's like, the funniest part is, like, communism cannot exist without a capitalist system propping it up. So here you have people getting rich on capitalism, then the communists being like, holy shit, if we just take their money and redistribute it, well, we could have money for a couple of years until we're inevitably poor and become Cuba too. We do have a Bolshevik revolution in our actual country right now. We really do. And it's mostly coming from third worlders that just want to legalize taking our shit. Bro, just the visual here is insane. We're importing these people into our country. They just vote to take our money. Like, they outbreed us, and they vote to take our money. Understand where we're at. Now, the funniest part is, not only are they taking our money, but it's a completely and utterly corrupt government run by libtards. They fucking waste the money. So they raise the taxes, they take the money, then the money goes to fucking who knows where. Right? So just understand the level of fraud going on too.
About a city restoration tool pitched by Mamdani with a $30 million price tag. Quote, the mayor wants to spend roughly $30 million to get a store at La Marqueta, a city-owned market marketplace under elevated train tracks in predominantly Latino neighborhoods. Because nothing says efficiency like the government getting into the grocery business.
That's right.
But the Dems aren't stopping there. California Congressman Ro Khanna says, why not just make everything free?
Yo, true. Another foreigner? Once you start noticing, there's no turning back. Once you start noticing the fact that this system is clearly and utterly been designed and maneuvered in order to bring in foreigners, give them positions of power, and then have them literally just vote to rape us, you will notice exactly what's going on in the country. We are witnessing a modern-day Bolshevik revolution predicated on the idea of importing retards to rape us.
Medicare for all. That's a better system with better outcomes where healthcare.
It's just so much better if we could all vote to rape you. Like, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. But we import these people, and they're like, yo, wouldn't it be a better system if we could just take the money made by, like, white people and give it to brown people? Whoa, I didn't think of that.
To every single person to make.
Yo. No matter where you're born. So true, bestie. So true. So people invade our country illegally, and then we take your money to give it to that guy. Isn't that nice? Not only will it incentivize other people to come in illegally, but also, fuck you.
People with short career opportunity is not limited by your family's wealth. We need free college and free trade schools.
Jesus Christ, man.
Everything free, and nothing is actually free. You have to understand, things cost money to maintain. That comes from you.
I swear to God, man.
The person paying taxes. Not the Somali community, where 90% of them are on welfare. You, the actual working class guy. The Democrats always claim that they're fighting for the working class. They are not fighting for the working class. They're fighting the working class. I have never felt as raped in my entire life as when I paid taxes this year. Because that dude that killed Irina Zarutska, that dude got out of jail 14 times. But I could go to fucking jail immediately if I didn't pay taxes. So yeah, I guess I have to fund Somali leering centers. The rape. That's what we are. And this is the rise of the gigantic Bolshevik revolution that's happening. Apparently, Zoran Mamdani's $30 million free grocery store construction is triple what it should cost to build. I wonder where the other $20 million are going. So, you know, they rape the billionaires. They take the money from the billionaires. That's what they say. It's from every single working person. And then 2/3 of the money isn't actually needed. And then suddenly the foreigners end up getting richer. It's kind of weird how that happens. Now, Hassan Piker is really nice to lay it out for us. He was invited to speak at Retard Land in Yale. Apparently, that's what's Retard Land these days. So they got him to speak here. And this is just saying that one of the biggest tragedies in the world is that Russia didn't beat America in the Cold War.
The fall of the USSR was one of the greatest catastrophes of the 20th century.
Literally, like, what the fuck are we doing? Oh my goodness, we're again, another foreigner. Weird, huh? So, this isn't me being xenophobic or Islamophobic. Yes.
Where the fuck is he?
No, not specifically.
Oh my God, fuck this boss.
Obvious. Of course, if we bring foreigners into our country, they have no allegiance to our country. They have no love for our country. They have no patriotism for our country. They don't like our country. They don't want our country to win. They root for Iran in our war with terrorists, okay? Right, so they hate our country. You bring them in, and they literally just come up with ways to decide how the people that built this country should just get raped. And bring in more people that hate this country, where we have to give our money to the people.
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Wait, what did you ask me? I'm sorry. You asked me what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking void vessel with fuckface fucking samurai douchebag at the end of the fucking run. He's like the only guy I hate in this game. Fucking Arcade Slayer. Just fucking annoying. It's like every single annoying trope he has it all bottled up in one fucking character. He's entirely too goddamn mobile. He fucking silences you all the goddamn time. He hits really hard and he's super fucking tanky. It's like, holy fuck, man. Is this guy the main character or are we?
Yes. Jesus. Freaking shuckers. God damn, man. Just.
God, I feel so fucking bad. That was my first time playing Harris in like a month and a half. And I've totally forgot how much I fucking love this character.
bet you never see her. Ever.
That might start changing in light of the buffs she just got. Thank God the devs were like on it and they were like, yeah, we actually do think that this character is really good and that we did do a good job and we only ever hear good positive feedback about her, but we don't see her pick rates reflecting anything, and that's why they felt like, okay, we need to give her some love and, you know, throw some buffs her way and see if we could fix that. Because for the most part, Harris is actually a character that has been extremely well received. You really don't see people bitching about her at all. Now the buffs she got to like her the baseline buffs she got to her durations and stuff like that, and like more HP, more survivability. Like it's all gonna come together to make for like a better package than it was before. Oh God. Well. Oh my God, this guy, man. The amount of times this fucker accidentally dodges my strongest spells, man, pisses me off. Resource box, thank you. It's all I ever want now. I'm like you now on that front. Every time I do these shits, I'm always hoping for a resource box.
Yes.
I still haven't even done Onslaught yet. I'm like clear. I'm like doing all the weeklies to get him out of the way, so I don't got to think about him.
so I'm forced to use these three.
She should be okay in there. Let me fucking... Yeah, we are fully done. I have that. I have a full arcade. She should be fine in there. Let me try this out. Normal. See what today's is.
People that hate us so that they can control us. This is what's happening. This dude just shows up to talk about the fall of the USSR as one of the biggest catastrophes in human history.
Just wait. Listen, maybe you'll agree. Not only was there incalculable harm done to every single country under its banner, child prostitution, skyrocketing suicide rates, life expectancy plummeting. But America was no longer contested around the globe.
Hey, thanks. Let's fucking go. We're awesome. But he hates America, so this is a bad thing for him. But this is the craziest part. So he will support every single Islamic terrorist organization. They all do child prostitution, by the way. The religion does child prostitution. The prophet of the religion is a pedophile. Like, what are you talking about? But again, he doesn't care, obviously.
And it is precisely because of the
actually getting booed
end to that multipolarity that we saw accelerated neoliberalism that is devastating every Western nation right now.
Every Western nation that actually follows, leftist
Oh, that was quick.
ideals is dying. The Western nation that actually like themselves and aren't completely gay and cucked are thriving.
Limited and unchecked greed.
So therefore, we needed the USSR to not fall. It's pretty insane. I was just literally an enemy of our nation. It's crazy. You
And he's allowed to stay here.
20th century. This is the largest leftist streamer, by the way. All right, you know the famous quote: "Only good communist is a dead communist." I don't know, man. I'm kind of getting patriotic right now. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so this is Democrat John Fetterman freaking out that leftists are courting this anti-American, pro-Islamic terrorism retard.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, my God, you have many of my parties. They're proud to do events with like that Hassan Piker. You know, this is the individual that just recently said that America deserved 9/11, and that they said that Hamas is 1,000% better than Israel, and he doesn't care about the rapes and cause Jews inbred and say these outlandish things. And then like the New York Times give these glowing kinds of profile. They don't mention any of that. I mean, he's become such a raging anti-Semite. You know, even the guy that has a Nazi tattoo failed on doing an event with him.
That's a crazy call out.
I mean, Democrats have to decide whose side are you in. Are you proud to stand with that kind of an individual, or stand with Israel?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see a polarity here at all. I don't think that you need to pick either Hassan Piker or Israel. I think that every single American politician should be pro-America, and Hassan Piker is not. But one of the funniest Hassan Piker self-owns of the day. All right, so this guy basically says, "I've changed my opinion and now think that the Democrats should platform Hassan Piker." Because today I had a mental image of the Democrats having Hassan try to explain to blue-collar mechanics in Pennsylvania. And that would be so funny, it's almost worse President J.D. Vance. Right, so this is a libtard saying that he would laugh his ass off if Hassan Piker would actually need to try to relate to working people. And Hassan responds with one of the most unbelievable tweets of all time. Guy who wrote how-to articles about sex tourism in Asia, fantasizing about mechanics in the Rust Belt like they're savages who hate M4A, free college, and hold Israel accountable. Dog, none of these people care about holding Israel accountable. They just don't want to have anything to do with Israel. Buddy, you're in for a wild ride if you ever go outside. Dude, people want to be able to buy houses and make a living and afford groceries, okay? Like, the fact that everyone that makes Israel their #1 issue in American politics is just delusional. Unless, of course, you're literally just pandering to foreigners and retarded, brainwashed college students. So, anyway, the obvious call-out here, though, is he's calling him the guy who wrote how-to articles on sex tourism in Asia. That was a different guy. This Swan Marcus guy never did that. So, I think casually accusing someone of that, being wrong, and leaving it up without retracting and apologizing is wildly irresponsible and bad. Yeah, no shit. This is just a totally different fucking guy. He leaves the tweet up, and then he gets the craziest community note of all time. Hassan also self-admits to participating in sex tourism because he literally admitted to going to a brothel in Germany where he allegedly had sex with a 15-year-old girl. Yeah. Now, of course, the retards continue finding out. It's pretty insane. So this is Sneako, another anti-American Islamist, finding out.
And put your life force into a sock? Yeah, you deserve to be publicly executed, yes. What are we talking about?
Yeah, so this is him saying that you should get publicly executed if you masturbate. And bro gets fucking decked. They take him down. Apparently they maced him right after this.
What the?
Hey bro. And he broke his tooth. Honestly, insane.
Wait,
shit.
again?
For full context, this dude has basically been going out there in New York City screaming,
Hi, Marty, hood!
Which is literally calling for the decapitation of Jews, just like Muhammad did to the Jews of Khaybar. Actual fucking psychopath, anti-American piece of shit, pro-Iranian garbage. All right, and he found out. You know, he goes out there, he says this shit, and then someone decked him. Now, I'm gonna tell you my opinion on this. My opinion is this is unacceptable. Is it funny? Perhaps. Is Sneako an anti-American piece of shit that found out? Absolutely. But I don't think it's acceptable to be attacking and assaulting streamers who says things that you don't like. I'm actually very against political violence, so I unequivocally condemn this. I did watch it many times. But I unequivocally condemn it. Do we understand? Do we understand my position? Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it funny? Maybe. But do I condemn it? Yes. It's unacceptable. But is it funny? That is the question that we all have to ask ourselves. Dog, the third world.
Oh, why can't I clip this?
Skyrocketing. Everyone's realizing that these pieces of shit are actually just
God
against our
damn
country,
it.
right? And you know, we don't have to be that surprised about it. This is Michigan. This is Dearborn, Michigan. 26-year-old Audi Mulligan.
Man. That's great.
Al-Saidi, federally charged by the FBI.
New tonight, a Metro Detroit man facing federal charges, and what investigators found on his devices is disturbing.
Now, what happened?
You know, this has been one of the top stories this afternoon on clickondetroit.com. Investigators with FBI Detroit uncovered an enormous stash of suspected child sexually abusive material, all linked to one Dearborn man.
And they say the disturbing discovery includes tens of thousands of files with sexually explicit content. Let's bring in Local 4 investigator Erica Erickson with more on how the feds caught up to
Really?
him.
Erica Erickson?
Yeah, Priya.
Oh my God, that is her name.
Audi Al-Saidi.
What the hell is he on?
And his name's actually spelled differently in a couple of court documents. He's from Dearborn.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Michigan. I'm shocked. I'm just shocked.
Was that the video?
Of receiving.
That had to be the video. I'm gonna fucking hate that I do this to myself again.
The files with sexually explicit content. Let's bring in Local 4 investigator Erica Erickson with more on how the feds caught up to him.
Yeah, Priya and Demand, I'm talking about Audi Al-Saidi.
Seems like it's straight white Christian.
And his name's actually spelled differently in a couple of court documents. He's from Dearborn.
Oh God! Oh, okay, it was the video. Thank God it was the video.
I'm just shocked.
Accusing him of receiving, distributing, and possessing a massive amount of sexually abusive material involving real children. Now, according to this federal complaint, the feds say they
getting Islamophobic.
Uncovered more than 35,000 downloadable files deemed of investigative interest.
All right, we gotta hang him. That's my stance. We hang him legally. I don't like vigilante justice. All right, I'm not calling for political violence or anything, but I do believe in court justice. Hang him publicly. Seriously, hang him publicly, says Tim Burchett, a congressman. And honestly, this is where we're at in society. We just have radical fatigue. Radical fatigue. It's insane, actually.
One of BLM's crowning
This
achievements
was going mega viral, by the way, today too.
was the rapid increase in police-worn body cameras. Yeah, let's check in on how that's working out for them. Right, very much.
Right, so we got a body cam footage of this individual with a straight white Christian male, obviously, with a knife trying to stab a child getting shot by a cop.
A lesson in be careful what you wish for. Here's what...
Well, now we have body cam footage, and we've completely obliterated the entire Black Lives Matter movement, because it turns out the police aren't just vicious, vagrant animals going around and abusing black people. Sometimes it's warranted.
Happened.
At 9:20, the first officers arrive on call to investigate the nature of this incident. They encountered a female outside the Walmart at this location. She was holding a knife to a 3-year-old child that was in a shopping cart.
That's not normal.
The officers gave the suspect commands. At what time there is video that shows the suspect swiping the knife at the child, cutting him across the face. Officers at that time, at least one officer fired their weapon.
Good.
And the suspect is deceased at this scene.
It actually started inside the Walmart when Noemi Guzman, having stolen the knife from inside the store, essentially kidnapped the 3-year-old boy and walked him out to the parking lot.
Some verbal back and forth, it appears.
Yeah, so my hot take is kidnapping children should also get a death penalty treatment. That's my stance.
Between the caretaker.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Minutes until officers arrived, and then that's when the officers arrived and the shots were fired.
I wonder what kind of opinions could inhibit such a deranged mind. Best sign I've ever seen. No one is illegal on stolen land.
Mrs. No one is illegal on stolen land. Abolish ICE. Just tried to stab a 3-year-old child. These are the empaths that are calling you a Nazi on Twitter.
Abolish ICE. Did you really expect anything else? Just last month, she also posted this. The difference between me and you is that I use my trauma to grow and become a better person. You use yours to justify your shitty behavior. Yeah, that
proceeds to stab a 3-year-old.
Aged like milk, didn't it? But wait until you hear about Guzman's previous behavior. She should never have been out on the streets. Turns out this psycho had another manic episode back in March 2024 when she stabbed her own father, doused him in flammable liquid.
How?
Then tried to set fire to the house.
How? Oh my
living
God.
quarters at a Catholic church, armed with a kitchen knife.
Come on, man.
They let these people back out into public life. They just released these fucking animals
Jesus
into the public.
fucking Christ, man.
I'm telling you,
Wish
bro,
I didn't hear that.
This is why you need justice. Oh my God.
In here to St. Francis Cabrini, less than a mile away. She allegedly broke into Father Zerline's rectory with a knife and tore the place apart. Tables, furniture, anything and everything pile up in photo after photo after photo. She allegedly used even paintings and Christmas wreaths to barricade windows and doors. The rectory in disarray, books thrown across the floor. During this time, Father Zerline says he locked himself in his room on the 2nd floor. Omaha Fire helped him escape by a ladder.
Whatever room he was in, she busted through that room just as they were extracting her on that ladder truck.
They released her into public. Less than a year later, she kidnaps and tries to stab a 3-year-old.
He was armed with a knife, so I mean, obviously, it could have gone very bad.
Police said he tried to get in contact with Guzman as she barricaded herself in the building, but she fought back.
The family actually tried to get her committed to a mental institution before all this, and she was later charged with assault, arson, burglary, and criminal mischief, but subsequently found not responsible by reason of insanity.
Of course.
It's not an excuse, and I bet you she could vote, all right? Too retarded to get punished for trying to murder somebody, not retarded enough to stop her from voting. You have to understand what we're doing here.
Okay, so there's a schizophrenic crazy woman running around with a knife trying to stab people, burn down houses and invade churches.
I'm so tired of this excuse. This excuse of too mentally ill to get punished. No.
It's bullshit.
You're too mentally ill to get punished. You're too mentally ill to remain in public life.
So what did the judge do in his infinite wisdom? Shortly after the arrest, he ordered her to be released.
Guzman faced several felonies, but last year was found not responsible by reason of insanity.
Insane.
A judge ordered mental health.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy that we need to live in a society like this. What were the people that are supposedly taking care of us, the judges and the judiciary, they fucking hate us. They just release these animals into public life.
Testing, and after getting those results, ordered outpatient therapy and allowed her to live in the community with her family.
Thankfully, the boy's out of surgery and he's going to be fine. But he probably avoided a far worse fate by literally seconds if the officers hadn't have arrived in time.
It's completely true. And thank God he shot her, and thank God there was body cam footage, so they couldn't say it was like some sort of act of racism or police brutality. This image is over. Literally, this image should traumatize the shit out of you. All right, because think about how many times we hear these stories about police brutality where there wasn't body cam footage, and that's why laws fucking matter. We're importing retards into our country, and we're ruled by dipshits that do everything in their power not to punish them. Literally, a society raping itself into oblivion. One of the main causes for most of the issues in modern society, from the nuclear tank, is women. It's actually women. You see, this woman was actually arrested a year before, but she was 2 women, and they had to release her from prison, and then she kidnapped and stabbed a 3-year-old child, so she avoided the cops eliminated her, which was awesome, and thank God the cops were there to eliminate her. And you'll notice lots of women's situations happening. Now, this is a women's situation that just went viral. Sabrina Carpenter, famous woman that hates men exclusively. You know, if you look at the actual polls, approximately 40% of women say they hate men now, which is awesome. Definitely good that society is brain rotting women into hating men and therefore hating themselves, because ultimately everyone wants to get married with children, which they all do. Now people say no, but I'm an exception. That's cute. Anyway, so Sabrina Carpenter recently got into a lot of drama lately because she said she didn't like a certain aspect of a certain culture. Alright, so some of the audience goes,
Is that what you're doing? I don't like it.
I don't like it. Lady screams, it's my culture, which is kryptonite against women.
That's your culture, is yodeling? Is this Burning Man? What's going on?
Right, so obviously a lot of people were like, well, this is like the most nothing burger situation of all time. All of her libtard fans, because she literally made an entire career shitting on men, so all of her libtard fans got really offended. She said that I don't like this for another culture. Alright, so this became a great meme. Is that your culture? I don't like it. Just based, actually. And I fully support this meme. This meme is very fucking funny. But every rational person is like, this is the most nothing burger thing on the planet. You're allowed to dislike things from other cultures. You know, I'm personally not a huge fan of the fact that most Islamic countries have child sex slavery. I'm just not a huge fan of that. Some people like it. I personally do not. Call me a bigot. We'll see how far that gets you. But of course, it needs to be held accountable by the game. This is Pokimane, complete and utter retard extraordinaire, decides to come out and say that actually she deserves to get canceled for saying she doesn't like yodeling.
I mean, I think she was saying Burning Man derogatory, but I've never been a Burning Man, so I don't know. But I think she was trying to say, like, you guys are kind of wiling out. And I think it just hurt me to hear specifically that reaction to...
It hurt you. Give me a fucking
Someone
break.
interrupted her concert by yodeling at her.
Someone speaking about their culture.
Some cultures are shittier than others. You should know.
Christ,
you come from Morocco.
It just reminded me of, you know, when you're in middle school and you bring like your ethnic food to the cafeteria and people are smelling it and they're like, what is that? That smells weird.
Sometimes ethnic food smells like dog shit. Alright, I'm just gonna be real.
And again, I think she was probably just frustrated. Like, I don't think this is reason to like assassinate her character or say she's a terrible person. I think it's maybe just a good one, learning opportunity, and two.
Oh, fuck you. Go fuck yourself.
An entire formal apology for this.
Moment for us to maybe realize we should stop reacting to things that we don't recognize with such negativity.
She was interrupted because some bitch was yodeling at her. Listen, Pokimane comes from Morocco. The average IQ in Morocco is 80, and currently 27% of Moroccans are inbred. So, you know, like, we gotta take this with a grain of salt. Also, Morocco is mass executing dogs because they have a World Cup event in 3 years in Morocco. They want to make sure they don't have dogs. I'm not gonna say dogs. So they're massacring the dogs in Morocco right
Wow.
now. So, you know, I actually don't like certain things about your culture, Pokemon, and that's fine, because you don't have to like all the things about my culture. You know, you go out there screaming about how much you hate the rich, even though you're rich. Obviously, you hate the fact that my culture is awesome and successful, I guess. And I hate that your culture, you know, has utilized child torture and dog abuse.
Just because you don't get it doesn't mean you need to put it down anyway.
You don't need to scream your culture in my face, though.
Especially if it's something cultural. What if
something cultural? But she knows, some random bitch.
Maybe someone up.
Middle of her concert. Like,
I shouldn't say that.
Unbelievable. It's like
Whatever.
virtue signal Olympics over here. If something's annoying, you could call it out for being annoying.
Yes, you can.
Some other person's culture. You have to walk on eggshells because some retard has a culture that is not necessarily yours. I was gonna stop that Egyptian man from raping that woman, and then I remembered, well, actually, 99.3% of Egyptian women claim to have been raped in their lifetime, so that's just part of their culture. You know, I saw that Somali genitally mutilating a little girl, and I was gonna stop him, and then I was reminded, you know, 99% of Somalis have female genital mutilation, so who am I to get involved in their culture? But these are the people that are just gonna wander around and just say this shit. Now, the tolerant left threatened to kill Erica Kirk to the point that she didn't even show up at her own event. All right, like they had this giant Turning Point event yesterday, and she didn't show up because of threats on her life. Like, not enough that they murdered her husband. Like, it's truly unbelievable. And this is the empathy people.
With our vice president, but after all our family's been through, I take my security team's recommendations extremely seriously. Thank you to our amazing Georgia chapter for your support. God bless you all. What do you want? What sort of light do you want to shed on what she was experiencing and what's happening now?
Yeah, I mean, it was a really unfortunate experience for me too, just to have to watch that very difficult decision get made, which I think is the first time that we've ever had to make that decision in Turning Point history. But everything that happened with Charlie, obviously his assassination, we're still, you know, grieving that. And you saw what happened with Savannah Hernandez, one of our TPUSA Frontlines reporters in Minneapolis. And to see the security team, you know, tell us, we cannot guarantee your safety, we recommend that you don't do this, was a really
Just
chilling
truly
moment for all of us.
It's so chilling. Like, if these people did nothing wrong. It's so chilling that, you know, they murdered Charlie Kirk, which is one of the biggest tragedies I think I've seen unfurl. You know, an unbelievably horrible situation where essentially it's still being made fun of by the left. You know, not even exaggerating. It's still being celebrated by the left tremendously. Infinite Charlie Kirk memes getting churned out literally everywhere, and it's heartbreaking. It's actually heartbreaking.
To kind of have to internalize and experience and realize.
Now they're threatening his wife so much, his widow, that she can't even go places. Like, it's shocking how evil people are. You know, Candace Owens, of course, says that I don't believe there was actually a security risk. It's probably a lie, and et cetera, which is unbelievable. But it's just shocking watching this happen and unfurl.
That Erica Kirk is, you know, her children are one parent away from being orphans. And sometimes you just have to say, listen, right now, what's most important is your safety, is your security, and your children, your family.
Obviously, it's not a risk you could take. It's just actually heartbreaking watching this happen constantly. It really is. And in fact, the women drama gets so fucking bad, actually, everywhere. All right, Will Smith, you might remember him from being completely and utterly humiliated by his wife literally all the time. Well, his wife continues to humiliate him. Right, and then you wonder, like, wait a second, I don't understand. Why are people not getting married so much? Why are men not willing to date women? What? Well...
Will Smith's wife is going viral humiliating the poor dude again?
What?
No, no.
Now, mind you, Will and I were not together. We hadn't been together. 2016.
What, does she write a book about how she cheated on her husband?
I decided I'm going to take myself to the table, and Will's not ready. He's not ready. And I'm like, so I'm like, well, I'm going to have to speak my truth.
And you know, whatever comes after this is gonna be the most top quality, certified bullshit that you can even imagine.
But I'm also gonna protect you. So if I gotta look like the adulterous wife to make sure you're good, I'm gonna do it.
What?
What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
Leave it to somebody like this to cheat on your fucking husband and then to go and write a book about it, go on a book tour, and then talk about how you took accountability for cheating and you were the one that's carrying the cross. Oh, true.
I got in my martyrdom bag.
You're a martyr?
And what that is for me is...
She is a martyr for cheating on her husband and taking accountability. You have to understand. You have to understand the level of retard shit we have to deal with in society. Right? And these people vote. These people are the empaths. These are the people that are basically dictating society.
I quite learned how to love myself,
right,
and not leave myself on the side of the road.
And so,
and in that moment,
dude, this is some whole logic that, like, I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah.
We all remember this. Oh.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wait, so now she's
just on a generational run humiliating this guy. Like, I don't even want to make the joke about, like, imagine if genders were reversed, but it is crazy.
No, I'm for it.
What is going on right
keep
now?
my wife's name
out of your
Yes.
mouth.
You became the bad guy. Look what Jada made him do.
Dude.
Jada.
Oh my God, how is this possible? How can these people be victims for literally everything? Like, bro, these people are insane. It's crazy that we need to live like this.
Rolled her eyes, and look what he did. He ran up there and hit Chris.
Yeah.
Poor Will.
The adulterous wife forced him to go to the table.
Dude, why are we, like, just, glossing over this? She's actually the victim. She was the adulteress, it's true, but she was the victim. Bro, dude, the Bible calls for the death penalty for women that cheat on their husbands. The fact that she is literally being, like, exonerated by society, going on this tour, humiliating this poor bastard. After she cheats on him, she goes on a humiliation tour for this guy and literally being praised by the entire, like, leftoid bullshit, echo chamber. Like, understand how bad it is.
And
Bro.
sit there, you know what I mean? And now look at what she's done. She has the power with an eye roll to make him go up and slap somebody on stage.
Isn't it crazy how much one person can totally ruin your life?
All the reports would come out that me and Will were getting a divorce. And Chris he thought that we were getting a divorce. So he called me and he was like, hey, basically he was like, I'd love to take you out. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, aren't you and Will getting a divorce? And I was like, no.
So let me put this out there, right? Honestly, this makes me understand Will Smith a lot more. This dude is in your wife's DMs on a regular basis. It's like, oh, it's that time of the year. Look who's calling. It's Chris. And he's trying to hook up with your wife constantly. I bet she probably brought that up to him to make him feel insecure. Now I'm in this embarrassing situation.
Crazy, bro. Like,
this
you guys
is
seen this? Like,
wait, this is 4
nuts.
years
I
ago?
just watched.
Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me if you could film me.
Astaire, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Don't. No, because she don't just...
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
Bitch, just stop. Bro told you to stop. You stop, bro. Like, these people. Like, she just gets off on humiliating this guy. And for whatever reason, that's just perfectly accepted in society because women humiliating their husbands is just cool. Like, and the thing is, if you look at, like, TikTok or you look at, like, these drama things, like these videos that go viral literally everywhere, it's like it's just women humiliating their husbands, laughing at the camera and getting 1 million likes. But if a man humiliates his wife, holy shit, what an evil, abusive retard. He's probably a rapist.
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start rolling. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
Please watch Astaire at the
And then she published it anyway. Oh my God.
Table because she's helped us a lot. Can't you tell?
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened? An entanglement?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
A relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship. You and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner. And it all started with.
It's healing. So fucking weird. Confirms past relationship. Yeah, she hooked up with her son's friend, right?
So are y'all living together?
It's just this beautiful connection. We will.
Look at that.
Not right now.
Dude.
But you will.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
Why do you
so
say it with
bad.
such
clarity?
Like, dude, these people need to be shamed into oblivion. Not only because she's bald, which is like one of the worst crimes. I guess.
BRB.
Yo, I don't know. Whatever. Sort of breaking. You must have talked about this actually. Oh, this definitely screams boss fight. I don't know if it's gonna be a 1v1 though. See. Yeah. Screen diff. Screen. Yeah, it's def gotta be a boss fight. Oh, what the fuck? The hell is this? Renoir. Look at Mayo looking like. It's easier for me to think that. Easier to betray us.
It's a movie. I'm gonna fucking kill him.
You have a total treat. Thank you, son.
Sorry, mate. So because he didn't want to freeze him. You can't even share it with this man. The man who murdered Martine is your father.
Family is favorite topic. Reckon we talk about this later. I'd really like family to sit on this. Oh shit, we're fighting Renoir? Oh. Okay. Well, I didn't see this coming. Okay. Let's go to one of his.
Okay, that's my problem. That's what I get for listening to that stupid ass song so many times. I've seen that Renoir combo and I just have it in my head. So I already know it from soon I saw him doing the rush. So like, I listen. Well, I'm fighting Renoir right now. And one of his combos I've seen already a fuck ton of times. So I already knew the parry window for it. And I figured I didn't fucking know that. I didn't know fucking Renoir was Verso's dad. I thought it was just, no, yes I did. No, I didn't. Fuck no, I didn't. I ain't gonna lie.
No mind towards the scar being similar on their eyes.
I thought he just gave it to me. But like cut him or something. So that's a fact I wanted to absolutely handle him in the fucking ass.
Oh, I think I know where you are. You fighting in front of a house?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I know where you are.
I'll restart this formation.
Fuck.
Against humanity possible. But, like, a married woman sleeping around needs to be publicly humiliated. Like, the Cersei Lannister treatment. And with her son's friend, probably. It's just unbelievable debauchery going on over here. These are the sickest motherfuckers of all time. And then they say, why won't a man commit? Are you kidding me? Commit to this? This is your idol? Well, it's just absolute insanity. Like, we are living in a society where we are just manipulated to obliterate each other. Like, dude, poor women. Poor women and poor men. Poor men that we have to deal with the women. Poor women and poor women that they're manipulated into thinking they need to be this, and this is the girl boss archetype. Completely, absolutely debaucherous retard. Deeply unhappy person, by the way.
Because that's what it's going to be.
That's where it's headed.
Yeah.
And you both are on that page.
That poor guy.
And but right now I really do enjoy my space.
Yeah. When you imagine your life back together, because I'm sure you've seen it, how does that look to you?
We don't know yet. We'll build that.
It's so grotesque. These girls gas each other up to just.
True. And it's because they know they're doing the wrong thing and they know they're miserable. So they only exist. They only exist in this little ecosystem where at least they have the other girls telling them that they're doing the right thing.
Be the nastiest, most conniving bitches. You don't really have real guys going out there saying this stuff, getting applause from other guys, romanticizing, embarrassing your husband.
Yeah, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere right now, and it's crazy how it's just this drastic vilification of men wherever you go. Like, you look at these statistics, and they scare the shit out of you. Overall, do you have a positive or negative view of the opposite gender? Men have 72% have a positive view of the opposite gender. Women, 50% have a positive view of the opposite gender.
No.
That's insanity. That's crazy. It's complete and utter insanity, and these are the empaths. These are the wholesome empaths, and then they'll go out there and say we hate all men, and then you simply respond to them, even George Floyd, and then they get, they lose their mind because, like, what are you gonna say? You hate George Floyd? But we're living in this hyper feminized bubble where these bitches be gassing each other up to cheat on their husbands and become horrible, evil people, humiliating them wherever they could possibly get away with it. Ultimately, this is one of the major issues. If you look at the actual stats, the majority of women vote left and the majority of men vote right. So the reason why we're having this pendulum swinging back and forth between the right and the left is because the women are voting for the left. So the left needs to keep the women voting for the left. So obviously the establishment and the left in general, who owns like the broader media space, Hollywood, the media space, the college systems, they need to continue pumping this unbelievable level of propaganda to manipulate women. And it's just absolutely heartbreaking. And, they do their absolute best to prevent women from getting married, to prevent women from actually getting into a relationship, to tell them they should become the girl boss and to humiliate their husbands, which obviously drives some men away as well. Tell them to become hoes and skanks and sleep around with literally everybody, and it's empowering. And I'll be real here, men don't want to marry hoes and skanks. men actually appreciate and value virtue. And women are literally groomed into doing the most unvirtuous things possible. And there's a very, very obvious reason why they're doing it. It's because nothing will radicalize a woman and red pill them like actually having children. A woman with a loving husband actually doesn't think all men are bad all of a sudden. A woman with a loving husband all of a sudden thinks that, wait a second, it's really nice that he has a gun that he can protect our household. A woman that has a husband all of a sudden doesn't actually necessarily want infinite socialism and paying higher taxes. A woman that has children does not want to open the borders to sex traffickers and rapists. A woman that has a husband breaks out of the woman echo chamber bubble, because the way social media is designed is just literally to track you in their little echo chambers every single time and push you down that path even more and more and more and more. And you know what? The moment you have a spouse, you're going to start opening your eyes to a whole new echo chamber of retards. That's exactly what they're afraid of. So they will sacrifice the happiness of women on the altar of progress. And man, dude, these women are getting away with everything these days. They feel comfortable doing some unbelievable stuff. So this is one of the wildest videos ever posted in the history of the world. New Saikuno victim comes forward saying he finished inside her without protection. Right? So for those of you unaware, Saikuno is this massive streamer guy. He was like this feminist, male feminist simp dude, always saying, oh man, I respect women so much. Anyway, it turns out he slept with all of them while seemingly he had a girlfriend. So not the nicest of dudes. So of course, all these women that want to clout chase, they all jump out, and every single one that ever slept with this guy jumps out with their own story how they're secretly a rape victim now. Right, so this is one of the wildest ones ever. New Saikuno victim comes out saying, he finished inside her without protection. And she does this gigantic soliloquy talking about how obviously traumatic it is that she was seemingly raped by this guy, even though it was consensual. All right, so from what I understand, look at the community note. It was consensual intercourse with two consenting adults. She gave verbal consent. It was not assault. Oh my God, that's brutal. That's absolutely brutal community note. Like, imagine doing this 12-minute long crybaby game, screaming and yelling about how you're a victim and victim and victim, but in your actual story, you admit there was consent. Like, sorry, bitch. Everything was consensual until 3 years later where you realized you could get clout and now you regret it, so therefore retroactively was rape. And the only reason why you're comfortable making these allegations is because you know you're going to get away with it. Right? This clip got 19 million views. You know you're going to get away with it. Because unfortunately, in this hyper-feminized society, you didn't really have consequences to women. This screenshot will haunt me to the end of my days. This is a woman with a knife stabbing a 3-year-old boy that she kidnapped, getting shot by a cop. And this woman also committed burglary and arson and robbery and attempted murder a year ago, but the judge ruled, hey, let her out again. And here she is again a year later. Right? You know, and it's honestly insane. So apparently there were some crazy updates on this entire Saikuno situation. Right? This is Saikuno over here, the big streamer guy who made believe he was like a synth male feminist guy who respects men. It turns out he literally slept with every single woman ever because obviously he's a male with a penis that worked. And apparently he had a girlfriend who, in my opinion, I'm the only one that said this, in my opinion, she knew he was sleeping around because, like, let's be real, this dude is cuddling with women on stream all the time and you don't think he's sleeping with them? Like, you have to be fucking retarded. It's all of them. They're all like it. It's the least surprising news of all time. Well, anyway, more and more people keep coming out to call him a rapist and a pedophile, or not a pedophile, rather, but just like a rapist and a predator with zero evidence. And they're all going to get away with all of this garbage.
Massive day for the unemployed. The Saikuno files are getting worse.
The truth is, bro's career is tough because he tried to get away with his entire career being like the nice guy that respects women, and then all these women accuse him of shit. Right? The libtard audience will eat you alive. Right? And, you know, you live by the woke and you die by the woke. That's just how it works, man.
New Saikuno victim comes forward saying he finished inside her without protection in Evo Las Vegas hotel room.
Oh, what the actual just save me right now.
Got Pokemon with some more shit over here. Valkyrie chimed in.
We can just get it over with, okay?
This Chinese streamer mocked Saikuno's old photo and then he got bullied. We also got direct call-outs from XQC onto Pokemon and vice versa.
Bro, all the retards are fighting.
First, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
I went to Evo Las Vegas alone. But I wasn't alone.
What is up, guys? It's Saikuno here.
But I didn't know that he had other intentions.
You're sharing a hotel room.
This is like unbelievable. Like, these women are actual babies. I shared a hotel room with this guy and we cuddled. I didn't expect to actually have sex. Like, where are the dads in these lives? No dad would let this happen. I'm just being honest for half a second. Right? This is dadless syndrome. Right? We're living in a society where the divorce rate is high because colleges taught women that actually they should divorce their husbands. It'll make them happy, and they're all miserable and alone. Then their daughters become hoes. So interesting how that keeps happening. Like, let's be real here. This bitch had a dad-shaped hole in her heart. She wanted to fill that hole with a little bit of streamer penis. I'm sorry, man. What happened? Like this is unbelievable.
Room with a guy. What do you think he's there for? To play Riga Legends with you?
I've only slept with I've only ever slept with 3 people.
So you a hoe? Okay.
Well,
not like a professional hoe, but a moderate one.
For now.
You dirty dog, Sykkuno. All right, moving on.
It was very new to me. I've never had a one-night stand or anything like that.
She's talking about she's a victim. She literally agreed to share a hotel room with this dude with her cousin and shit. And then I consented to
Dad?
Hey, Finn, get on topic. Nobody cares about your life. We care about Sykkuno.
I asked him, I'm like, is this normal for you? Like, do you sleep around a lot? And he said, no, I just... He was being around the bush the whole time.
I gotta put a stop to this guy. He's still doing his on-stream persona.
He does the e-boy shit. I'm a feminist. I just respect women so much. I don't even touch them. Anyway, let's have sex now.
Probably closing his mouth and laughing at everything.
I'm not used to one-night stands or anything like that. But we were not using protection, and I'm legally hard of hearing. If you guys...
I can't believe Sykkuno would rape a deaf girl like that. That's great. That was a joke.
Don't know already. But in the heat of the moment, he asked me if it was safe, and I didn't hear him. But I just said,
This is literally the most consensual sex of all time outside of marriage. Again, I don't think that people should be having sex outside of marriage. Call me a prude, but I think you should get married and then have a family. I think it's simple as that. You wouldn't even get into any of these issues. In fact, want to know something hilarious? It's gonna be controversial. A lot of people hate when I do this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It turns out that the biblical lifestyle, not only is it what God wants, but it's also literally the best lifestyle. You would not have any of these issues, actually.
and he finished inside of me, and then...
I love, like, the level of detail in this, like, and he was like, excuse me, can I release globs of crap inside you? And she was like, I didn't really hear what I said. But then I said, and then he glorped all over the place. Like, yeah, thank you, we got it. Like, what is this story?
And that was it.
Are we still doing the I'm a victim for having consensual that I regret thing in 2026? Caleb Hamburger, my god. Streamer Leia described willingly sharing Sykkuno's Evo hotel room, given a full sex first night and assuming, when he asked to finish inside her during consensual the next day. She did not say stop and later expressed regret. Regret after consensual is still a valid emotional experience. Mocking it doesn't make the point stronger.
But like there are a lot of just like absolutely insane people out there that we need to deal with. We need to share society with people for some reason. But these people can vote, but I have a strong emotional response, and therefore we should lock this guy up for being a rapist when I consented at the time. It's like, are we being serious here for a second? Like these aren't serious people. These people shouldn't have the right to vote. I'm just being honest.
An emotion doesn't mean the person you had consensual with was in the wrong. Now he technically was wrong because he was cheating, but that was the only reason. You with your emotions, talk to someone, but therapy talk is not an excuse to destroy a person's life.
Just
like,
completely correct.
For sure, cheating is inexcusable, and Sykkuno's a scumbag, but he's not like a predatory, evil rape. XQC says Sykkuno is the only victim.
Not only has the world gaslit each other that this is a potential victim, whatever, people are piggybacking this or the main story as there's a potential victim, whatever, when the only victim I've seen of all this is Sykkuno.
You realize people can be
just right. Like, where's the lie? I'm sorry, Where's the lie? He is the victim. He is the victim of having false allegations, calling him a rapist predator. Well, like by like dozens of girls. I mean, yeah, he woke too close to the sun, and now he's exploding, obviously, because you live by the woke, you die by the woke, sure. I'm not exactly crying for this guy. You made your bed, now you lie in it. If you're going to be the wettest vagina in the country and decide to be a male feminist, then obviously your inevitable downfall will be something I will laugh at. But like, this dude's not a rapist, all right? And all these women that are coming out there with their feelings, trying to ruin this guy's life, it's insane. The reality is he is the biggest victim here. The victim of false allegations.
Victims of cheating, right?
What does that even mean, the victims of cheating? like the girlfriend? But that's not the person that posted this video. That's not any of these people. All right, we didn't even hear from the girlfriend yet. I didn't even, or I don't know if we ever will. I have a sneaking suspicion she knew that this was all going on. She just didn't want to let go.
Oh, we're here already.
Streamer guy, and he was rich and buying her shit.
Wait, I didn't get a third upgrade. What?
And I'm not running
Oh, this is the shorter wave.
or anything. I think that Sykkuno's probably a scumbag regardless.
I forgot.
But not a predator.
For hate Pokimane, you know, she hit the nail on top of the head here. You can be a victim of cheating. I don't know what XQC is mumbling on about. I'm also a victim of poverty. I'm really poor. Recently, a jury ordered...
That really sucks, I guess, or something. But these women calling him a predator, right, and these women showing up out of the woodwork to farm clout off of these people are not the victims. And I'm tired of making believe that this is a valid perspective to have.
Like the sandwich, no matter the way you flip it, the bread comes first. Now back to Sykkuno. Oh, and don't forget to share that lawsuit with your friends and family.
Is older going to be a victim of cheating? Perhaps.
No, she straight up is a victim. You're allowed to speak it absolute.
Bro is being milked, right?
Wait, there's a fucking...
And then when the juice is not enough, they're milking for clout after the fact.
These are in here too? I didn't even know that.
Coordinated fashion. True. Dog shit. Awful. Actual.
I agree with the French Canadian.
I say something that feels honest to me, but doesn't get clipped out of context.
Pokimane shows up to drop for truth on this. Like, what are we doing here?
Text.
I love how she needs to preface by saying, I'm going to say things that's honest. Like, just that I lie about everything. But not this thing.
I was really stressing about it, and then I realized that...
Yes, you were stressing about it. You who weren't even involved in the fucking situation. Narcissistic bitch.
Yeah, she's just worried about how it reflects on her.
Absolutely. She was his friend for 7 years, and now she's just going to show up to throw him under the bus? For clout? Yes. The answer is yes.
I think what I really want to say is I am just so sorry for all the hurt that's been caused. To the victims, to our communities, I feel everyone's hurt.
I just have so much empathy, guys. I'm literally drowning in empathy. I feel the hurt of all the people. So much hurt going around, and I feel all of it. Like, this is the most nothing burger, bullshit, virtue signal, garbage-ass response of all time. But it's just shocking. It's shocking how she can become more unlikable every time. Dude, I'm telling you, man. Giving the third world internet access was the biggest mistake we've ever made.
And shock and confusion.
To say at the age of 32, I've acquired empathy.
To the victims.
Almost 8 billion damage on that one run.
She views the victim singular. She says victims because she believes all these women that are coming out with stories about how he's a predator. She believes them. She's the believe all victims lady. She literally made tweets saying believe all
13
victims.
minutes.
Which is why I have this to say.
They got to figure out a reward structure, but the base mode is actually a lot of fun. I will give them
that
that.
was a joke, but if I was saying that without the premise of saying it was a joke, well then you're just gonna have to believe me as a victim.
Or not plural. Girl who made the Google Doc, not a victim. Girl he slept with in Evo, not a victim either. His girlfriend he cheated on, yay, victim.
It's just so sad and disappointing.
I love how it's like buzzword.
Pokimane is so
sad, so disappointing. I have so much emotions for so many people, and these emotions are so real. So let's all join hands together with our emotions.
special. French Canadians started to make sense because, you know, XQC is right. There are no victims. Moving on from those two, if you guys remember the photo that Jason posted, Valkyrie actually tweeted under it. She said, "Let me get you more jewelry," which is funny because she said the exact same thing under Sykkuno's photo. It was a witty comment, and apparently she got hate for this, deleted it, and almost started to cry.
I was making fun of my own comment.
How did we make these people famous, man? Like, this is crazy. There are people that, like, listen to these people.
From a long time ago. I thought it was gonna be lighthearted. It was not lighthearted.
Who in the Who from Whoville found that offensive? Clearly it's nothing.
I deleted it because it.
Live by the woke, die by the woke. God, I love how these people are just absolute slaves to their audience.
A lot more harassment. A lot of harassment. So I was like, damn, it was funny. I was trying to be lighthearted about it. So I thought making fun of my own comment.
Even this virgin chimed in. Every clip is just her apologizing for the most mundane shit. This whole Among Us crew is acting like Sykkuno's Chinese Diddy reincarnated. I get what Sykkuno did was f***ed up and why people are dogging on him. But watching his friends of years that acted close to him, used him for their own gain when he was popular, run to throw him under the bus for a few quick likes is why people say streamers are fake as f***.
Just completely true.
And then he deleted the tweet.
People are so fake, it's crazy. Just like, how dare you stand up to women? I'm telling you, man. People thought you can't criticize the Jews. Holy shit! If you think you can't criticize the Jews, you never tried to criticize a woman.
Bro,
Jesus
why delete
Christ.
this? No lies were said. People were speculating that these two were involved in making him delete it, but hey,
I doubt it, bro. He just got pushed back from the woke retard audience.
It's just a theory, a game theory. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, I'll give you guys another appetizer because some of the comments around this girl were hilarious. This dude's a big alpha Chad, finishing inside on a first hookup and then kicking her to the curb. I'm judging the girl way more for even allowing him to do that with any effort towards her.
No dad.
Low IQ girl.
Oh, dad girl.
But I didn't get any clout, so now I'm coming for my clout.
Bro.
I do not sleep with people that I do not date. Proceeds to sleep with Sykkuno because...
Because she hoe. Because no dad.
She's using her 15 minutes of fame to brag about getting raw by an anime boy at LOL.
Oh
Crazy.
My God, they fucking killed her. Based internet?
Biggest revelation in this whole situation, what am I saying, is that Sykkuno was the first looks maxer.
Sykkuno is not getting canceled because he cheated. He's getting canceled because what he did completely over his brand. Let me explain.
A black woman is speaking. I am listening and learning.
Yeah, true.
Sykkuno's brand was him being a single gamer boy who's oh so lonely. That was objectively his brand, right? No one actively looked for his streams like single gamer boy, no. But like that was his brand. Like most people looked at him and like that's how he was perceived. He was very sweet. He was always harping about, oh, I don't have a girlfriend, I don't have a girlfriend. Oh, one day when he had a long-term girlfriend and was cheating on her.
I'm glad I listened because I learned. And yeah, his community is the reason why this thing is so blown out.
Yeah, no, absolutely, bro. Look, man. Look, dude, as a wise person once said, if you live by the woke, you die by the woke. All right? Nux to Art of Woke.
Proportion, because if you guys remember back in the day, Dr. Diddy Spec cheated on his wife. He came back to Twitch and had like 400k viewers. Wait, what is this? Sykkuno.
Wait, you're actually so much braver than I thought.
Only because you're here.
Oh my God! Jesus Christ!
Again, a golden retriever is still a dog. Jesus.
Dude, he's so fine, I can't.
That is so bad.
It's so cringe.
I'm telling you, man, these are the most emasculated men on the planet, and they just do it to smash women. It's like, it's unbelievable, bro. It's crazy. This dude is diabolical. And I feel like it's all of that. This is like Eric Swalwell reincarnated.
Chat,
I love this
so
back to
fine,
back.
I can't.
And then he sees him. That's a sick guy.
Yo, that's not him. That's not him. That's not him.
And Mugen, the guy who made the initial
I love
Sykkuno
that
call-out
edit.
video, had a bit of a crash out. You can pause and read this yourself.
All right, let's go. Let's go. I don't think we're going to be reading all of it, but we'll make believe we care for a second. Some members of my community reached out regarding a few concerns. I want to make sure I properly address them before we fully move on for the topic. Look, I'm flattered that Hormonal tweeted that she considers me a close friend. I'm not a close friend. Truth is, Sykkuno serial cheating and manipulation was the tip of the iceberg. I was hoping other people would say it. Unfortunately, current state of affairs, it doesn't seem like that'll happen anymore. I don't blame them. Instead, I can only wish them the best. Oh my God, I don't care. As for me, I'll continue making videos that make millions of people enjoy. Oh my God, dude.
I mean, again, I think that categorically victim is the right word to use, but they're not victims of a crime.
I disagree, man. What are we doing here? Are we being serious? I don't think so.
And also, somebody says in chat, the biggest victim of all of this is his girlfriend. And I think that, like, Sykkuno did take advantage of people. He did do things that were in bad faith. He told things that were knowingly lies.
But does it make them victims of sexual assault? Because that's what victim implies in these situations. You know, there's a colloquial term here, too.
And he did that in a way that was not becoming of a gentleman.
Yeah, I agree. He was a scumbag piece of shit sleeping around e-boy retard. Sure. But, like, come on,
And
dude.
if you want to say that people are victims of that, then I think that's valid.
I'm doing the forbidden thing of disagreeing with Asmongold, but most of the people DM'd him first. You know what I mean? If I beg Epstein to go on his island and something happens, am I the victim here? It's like the girl who went into his hotel. What did you expect? He wasn't gonna make a move? You think he likes your personality? I'm an Asian girl. I love K-pop, boba, I love Animal Crossing.
People say streamers are fake as fuck.
Bro.
If you want to talk about fake, brother, Sykkuno faked his entire personality. Let alone faked a 5-year relationship, and none of his close friends knew about this 5-year relationship.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second. I think they all for sure knew about it.
The biggest thing to me is that all these streamers are practically on the same page. They're just arguing over some bullshit, like the most trivial stuff. Sykkuno is an asshole for cheating, but he's not a predator. XQC thinks that people are dogpiling all over Sykkuno. Pokemon's here believing all victims. Valkyrie is just depressed and straight up reaching for the bottle. And your boy is here covering all this trash because I should have listened harder in school. If you want to support the channel further, become a channel member. Our private Discord is growing, and we even got some...
Yeah, love that. Anyway, so again, it's just more allegations, more lies. It's the degenerate lifestyle destroying more people. Bro woke too close to the sun and he is exploding. And that doesn't mean we shouldn't be shaming these women that are slandering him into oblivion. You know, I used to think that calling hoes hoes was like an insult, but I changed my tune. I think calling hoes hoes is a public service. And I've had someone tell me, but what if they feel ashamed? Good! They shouldn't be hoes. Skill issue. Use the untold forbidden field jutsu of closing your legs. A victim of no dad. I'm tired of this, like, infinite pandering that everyone needs to do to make sure that we don't step on each other's feelings and toes in order to enable more hoeing. Public service. We should be humiliating hoes. It's not good for them. It's not good for society. It's not good for literally anything. So, yeah, they should feel bad about it. And I'm here to help. False allegations are incredibly serious, and they need to be taken as something incredibly serious. Leviticus states, "Thou shalt not spread slander among thy people." It is obviously a really important tenet of life. However, because thank God we have freedom of speech in America, don't get me wrong, people get away with that constantly, and it's life-destroying. I have so much slander used against me just because I'm a public figure, especially because I'm a conservative guy. And while the majority of false allegations these days do get flung around by women, it's the ultimate fucking kryptonite that you could get slapped with, and there's no consequences even if they're proven as liars for the most part. They just do be getting away with it. Well, I feel like it's important to note it's not only women that do the false allegation game, all right? Because this is one of the worst false allegation situations to ever happen. So this is a streamer named, well, not this guy. This is Decoy. He's a nice guy. But there's a streamer named Vitali, all right? This is a guy,
the false accusation. I heard about
who
this.
went to jail recently in the Philippines for harassing people in public there. He came to America to do this pedo catcher thing where he would, like, you know, set up these sting operations to catch pedophiles. You know, that seems like pretty good. But apparently, he literally caught the wrong guy. He put his face on blast and blasted him in front of his audience on a live stream, calling him a pedophile and stuff, and he was just wrong, which is absolutely unforgivable. This dude should be removed from public life. I try to be very fair and unbiased. I don't do things to push agendas in general. You think just because I call out women on their bullshit, I don't call men out on their bullshit? Men and women are inherently different creatures. Women are cowards in regards to their false allegations. They'll do it behind a computer screen. Men are retards, all right? They'll also beat the shit out of the guy that they're falsely accusing. Gender equality, everyone gets shit, and I do deep dives on everything these days. So lock in. Let's see what's going on. This is insane.
Vitali's live streams went from getting him 9 months in Filipino prison to possibly receiving a $1 million lawsuit, all over his desperate attempts at internet clout, as he live streamed his hunting of predators until he accused an
Dude, I'm
innocent...
telling you, man, this hunting predator thing just basically became like a right-wing virtue signal. So many of these people just do it for the clout, and they literally don't care. Now, some people do a really good job and coordinate with law enforcement, and some people just see it as good content and some sort of moral excuse to beat the shit out of people. I think Vitali falls into the latter category, and he really fucks it up for everyone that's actually just trying to clean these retards off the street.
man.
We should do this in England and have a dog.
Where did she? I swear to God, she never told me.
Wait, really?
I swear.
Oh shit! My bad, bro. You're good.
No, I swear.
My bad, you're good after calling him a pedophile on his stream? Oh my fucking God, dude. Holy shit.
Sorry, bro. Wrong person.
Maybe it's a misunderstanding.
Wait, no, dude, listen.
Wrong person? Dude, this is life destroying. What are we doing here?
In 18, I swear to God.
Let me read this real quick.
Wait, no.
What? Hold on, let me read. Yo, one at a time.
Let me just show you, okay, so you guys know that, I'm not playing or anything like that.
Yo, can I read the whole evidence?
Come on.
He said, LOL, you can tell me. Fuck, okay, I want to be totally honest before everything. I lied on there. I'm 16.
Wait.
Don't make it weird. Don't make it weird, please.
Wait, I'm calling the cops right now.
You said,
I'm calling the cops.
You said, oh.
That's not me.
Look, why are you shaking?
I'm a cop.
Yeah, because it's life ending if he fucking.
Whole crew that shows up and
Are you
threatens
kidding
this
me?
guy physically in front of his gigantic live stream, calling him a pedophile. Why are you shaking, bro?
That's not my
Oh my god, dude. Fuck this guy.
You just thought we didn't have to on Snapchat, buddy.
Guess what? No, wait.
We read the right evidence.
Guess what? Hello. Guess what? Can you guys come to my location?
Yeah.
Can you guys come to my location right now?
Don't look at me, man. I'll you up, bro.
I'm not trying to fight. Listen.
Literally threatening him too. Oh my god, it's so bad.
Which should be noted that this wouldn't be the first time they've threatened violence on these guys.
I mean, yeah, but usually they're pedophiles, so it's like we don't care. Sorry to be blunt, but usually they're actually threatening violence on pedophiles. So like, whatever. I'm not like a big fan of vigilante justice in general. I wish that pedophiles would get executed by the state. Oh, why are we paying taxes? I am paying taxes, and my taxes are going to fucking Somalia. Please, I'd be much happier if I was paying taxes, and my taxes were going towards the incredibly ethical system of executing pedophiles. But hey, no system's perfect.
Had randoms run in and actually do it, or they just mysteriously got knocked down off screen. But absolutely nobody is gonna defend a predator, so this sort of thing seems to be a staple of his streams.
What do you mean? So she got the guys? Stop. What do you mean by wrong text messages?
Okay,
just explain.
Wait. Okay, look.
Well, yeah, let me hear your side of the story. Everybody gets to speak.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead.
So, okay.
Oh, what a nice guy. Not that he called the cops.
But Gabe, I asked you, bro. Please.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm gonna just show you everything one by one, okay?
But you are Indian, so you're smart, so you probably cheated the system.
No, but for Indian...
You're Indian, so you're smart.
Again, in the middle of me talking, bro, I asked you guys. Holy just perfectly, like, I was getting a perfect farm clip, and then somebody had to... Okay, hello, how are you?
What the fuck? Speak English, motherfucker.
This isn't about protecting kids or providing vigilante justice.
Of course not. This is just about the clips. See, that's what I told you. There's just... it's a virtue signal for these guys.
About clout and forming clips so he can achieve virality.
Explain it to the cops.
Yes. Where's the cops?
Right here, the suspect. Here we go. The mustache is crazy. Hello. What's up?
So what it looks like right now is as they were trying to find a PDF, they were talking to multiple guys at the same time. But at some point, mixed up on who was told what, brought this guy out who still thought he was talking to an adult. And if they broadcast this entire thing on live stream to allegedly tens of thousands of people, Vitaly now has a huge defamation lawsuit on his hands, which he immediately acknowledges.
What happened recently? I think we should take a break, go to Miami.
Bro just got out of prison in the Philippines to walk on a landmine in the United States. Dude, this is big. All right, you see, this is not like, anonymous internet woman that says allegedly and allegedly 47 times before calling someone a rapist. All right, this is huge.
Do some regular IRLs and chill for a bit. I think that's not chill for a bit, like take days off, but chill for a bit. What I mean is do
have a different style.
Other streams than just catching predators. So if you guys are asking,
I wonder
if I'm cooked. I'm very cooked. Yes. We're wrongfully identified.
Oh, this dude's fucked. He made a separate apology video and everything, and this is like some Giga Chad. Honestly, there's no amount of apologizing that'll heal it, but might as well do what you can.
Accused as a child predator. We were completely wrong, and we made a terrible mistake. And our team and I messed up. We're deeply sorry to our...
As even Kick deleted his channel, and everybody knows.
Honestly, it's the rare channel ban that's just completely justified, and they should never unban him. It's completely unacceptable. It's one of the most unacceptable things I've ever seen.
Whose apology videos typically get a fraction of the views of the viral original, and for him to openly admit "Yes, we were wrong" makes his defamation case basically a slam dunk, as his victim made a long post saying how he was featured on Vitaly's latest episode, wrongfully portrayed as someone trying to engage inappropriately. Even the local PD on the scene has acknowledged his innocence, but the impact of Vitaly's false statement has been significant, causing damage to him both personally and professionally, with potentially
If he could prove professional damages, he's absolutely going to win a defamation case.
a $1 million lawsuit, as allegedly he's already retained one of the best defamation lawyers in the country. With rumors it's Johnny Depp's Amber Heard attorney.
Oh, no.
Saying they're also suing the live stream platform
Yeah, that's bullshit. It's not Kick's fault.
Kick. And that's where this really gets interesting. Filing a $1 million lawsuit means nothing if the defendant is fresh out of prison, broke and unemployed. I know Kick pays a lot.
That's why we need to reinstitute forced labor, man. I keep saying it.
But I can't check his live stream stats as his channel has been banned, so maybe he's rich, maybe he's not. But that doesn't matter when the lawyer will target where the real money's at, the live stream platform supported by gambling money.
Yeah, there's no way he's winning a defamation lawsuit against the platform. It's like a platform can't police every statement made by every single person on the platform. All right, especially because the platform is protected by whatever the number of the code is that basically says that the platform is not an owner of the content; it's a distributor of the content. Which is why if I post something that's copyright, right? If I leak the new Avatar: The Last Airbender movie on my YouTube channel, right, I could get sued by Nickelodeon, the feet people, but YouTube can't. It's not YouTube's fault that I leaked it on my YouTube channel. It's my fault. Like, you go onto YouTube and look up Family Guy clips, and you're going to see infinite Family Guy clips. Now, the truth of the matter is, technically, that's copyright infringement, but YouTube is not getting sued by Adult Swim. Yeah, that's not going anywhere.
As another live streamer has come forward saying Vitaly's stream has caused him to be targeted too.
You've seen it. I didn't even want to go take you there. I just want to talk to you in the car first.
I'm assuming your name is Asian Andy.
Watch, look, let's read it out.
It's almost like a pattern the platform conveniently looked away from, all in the name of being the edgier community, and now they're looking down the barrel of a high-powered attorney putting together a case that they paid somebody to make these claims. And with the other high-risk incidents just today, Clad passing out on stream with a possible OD, Johnny Somali finally getting imprisoned over
he was banned on Kick.
his Kick streams,
Sneeko getting
lawyers
punched.
were probably
All this
falling
happened in
over
the
each
same
other
week.
to represent any alleged Kick victims. As Asmon Goldstream makes a great point.
These guys are like SJWs. They want money, but they act like they care about morals and ethics.
True. Fantastic point. They are literally SJWs. Social justice warriors, whatever their social justice is. They don't actually care about the actual ethics and morals. They just use ethics and morals as their excuse to beat the shit out of these people.
What's really funny, you're totally right. You're absolutely right. These people are just like SJWs.
Yeah, true.
They are just like social justice warriors. They're just like virtue signors, etc. They act like they care about these little girls. They act like they care about doing these things. But what they're really after is content. What they're really after is clout. And no, you're absolutely right. It is the exact same.
Yeah.
As catching these idiot PDFs is a great cause, but plenty of times police complain that they don't put together prosecutable cases.
That is true. However, some of them do. Like, I know that there are a lot of people that are like these predator hunters online that actually do a really good job. You know, there's the predator poachers like Alex Rosen. There's Schlepp, who does a really good job. He worked with like Chris Hansen on stuff with Roblox predators. GDon apparently is like another one of those really big pred catcher channels that he works with the cops and he actually gets people arrested and convicted. Like, a lot of people do it the right way. Issue is, it became a big market, and now a lot of people just do it for the clout, and they don't actually give a shit about the result. They don't care about the prosecutions. They don't care about the process. They just care about the money and the fame.
As if they make simple mistakes like fixing up the Snapchats, I'd imagine they don't know the other intricacies of admissible evidence. But if they actually cared about catching these guys, and I mean this sincerely, they should apply to their local law enforcement agencies, as almost all of them are desperately understaffed, and most of you would be actually sickened to see how low their expectations have sunk to. But if justice isn't their actual passion, and it's just internet clout.
Yep.
Sad to say, a lawsuit where you lose everything.
It's crazy how greed and pride and all the other deadly sins, they just control people, man. They really do.
Was a long time coming, especially to somebody that just got out of prison over disrespecting the law. As Vitali's recent controversy was him in the Philippines, stealing some security guard's cap, live streaming himself messing up a restaurant.
Another immigrant in jail, based.
Amongst other things, as he was eventually detained, where it didn't look like he was taking it seriously until the sentencing started to get real, and they actually imprisoned him for just over 9 months.
Wow,
There's people there that overstay their visas for like 30 days, but they've been in detention for 10 years. The more I spent there, it was crazy. First 3 months, bro, I was in isolation.
Solitary.
A cage,
Holy
room,
shit.
35 degrees Celsius.
It's unbelievable how these people like this, they face unbelievable consequences for their actions, and they still manage to fuck up again. Like, how do these people do it? It's unreal. It's almost like there's like, 1 or 2% of society that's just not fit for public life or something.
No ventilation, rats, cockroaches, and just sweating. It's all day, just shower after shower, buckets. That's all, bro.
You'd think he would have learned his lesson, but internet clout is strangely addictive to these idiots.
Pride. If pride can destroy the greatest of people in human history, it could absolutely turn the degenerates into paper mache. And we're just watching these people film themselves ruining their lives for a little drop of clout. All right? And this is crazy.
It's such a similar sequence to Kick's other nuisance streamer, Johnny Somali, causing nonsense in Japan, getting arrested, facing years, but gets let out early, only to almost immediately take his nuisance streams to another country before finally getting yet another harsh punishment. All probably do a fine.
And now he's in jail.
Follow-up / farewell video regarding the Johnny situation, since me and him have history. But as far as Vitali, I genuinely believe his career is finished. As if this defamation case against Kick is successful, I doubt any platform would run the risk of hosting him next.
They'd beat him in a defamation case, but there's no way they're going to win a defamation case against Kick. Like, you can't sue a platform for someone on the platform doing shit like that. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? I could be wrong. Obviously, it'll be interesting to see where this goes. But the truth of the matter is, false allegations are life-destroying, life-ruining, and they're evil. They are satanic, and basically all of the media, it revolves around this entire system predicated on false allegations. That's why it's so nice to see Trump suing the BBC, because they said that he, incited a violent insurrection. It's nice to see that he sued ABC because ABC called him a convicted rapist, when that's a lie. People absolutely need to be held accountable for slander. And unfortunately, that doesn't happen. A lot of the reason why it doesn't happen is because, thank God, the First Amendment exists, and it's awesome and it's incredible, and the slander is just a sacrifice that basically everyone in a public position needs to endure to make sure the First Amendment remains sacred. But when it is actionable, these motherfuckers need to get taken down. There's an old Jewish parable, some sort of metaphor about you have this wise old man, and he goes up to a snake, and he says to the snake, "You're the lowest of creatures, all right? You don't even enjoy what you eat. You swallow things whole, and you just kill things. You're poisonous, and you just kill things, and you don't even enjoy what you kill. Like, it's unbelievable. What a pathetic existence." And the snake responded to the old man, saying, "True, I kill, and I gain no pleasure from it. But I could only kill up close. You could slander someone across the world. You could kill people from far and you gain nothing from it. So doesn't that make you even more evil and detestable than me?" Anyway, that was today's big deep dive on all of the things going on. Trump's blockade on Iran actually working, China folded, Trump versus the Pope, Somali in jail, the amnesty situation is diabolical for...
Okay, so it seems like recently Bao has found herself in even more trouble in terms of a lot of people have been kind of going after her over on Twitter after her latest post. Now, if you don't know, a lot of people have been discussing Bao over the Sykkuno situation as you know, her old tweet started to kind of gain a little bit more traction again, talking about like smaller female content creators and, you know, talking to successful male content creators whenever they approach them and stuff like that. People were starting to connect the dots and go, wait, this was about Sykkuno. And yeah, it was a pretty interesting one. And of course, Bao has been reposting and sharing a lot of the kind of posts that have come up about Sykkuno, whether it's people talking about their own kind of interactions with him, or the Muujin stuff as well. Again, there has been a lot of you know, kind of reposts from her, so I think it is very clear that she was talking about it. But now people have been a little bit angry over this one recent post, essentially doing a sponsor for Crunchyroll. Now, if you don't know, Crunchyroll has the Anime Awards. It seems like he's just promoting you know, to go and vote and to go and see what she's voted for, I think, for the Anime Awards itself, which, yeah, is obviously a very clear sponsor, right? But it seems like some people aren't happy about that, with everything going on at the moment. Now, you know, some people saying, you know, she locked replies, which, yeah, it seems like she has kind of restricted any replies from being posted on this. And of course, it continues to go on as people say, you know how absolutely tone deaf it is to be tweeting out sponsorships while I'm seeing thousands of people calling Bao out for her involvement for trying to ruin someone's life. You know, Sykkuno did wrong, but Bao once again shows a pattern of behavior, being involved in a group cancellation attempts of people she did not like, then completely ignores the situation, blocks it out, and just like when her community was sending me threats to harassing me, and people doxed me, all because I was defending Disguised Toast for being sexually abused and saying men matter. This was all while people were also harassing a literal male minor VTuber who was getting groomed, and the woman did not care. She joked about it. She called people standing up for men trolls, saying they needed to get hair loss treatment, and blamed Cinder, all for holding her accountable. Made jokes about it was making her more money, so who cares? Sickening. So yeah, obviously a lot of people bad. Obviously this goes on and on, saying so VTuber woman defended Bao, hated on men. And again, lots of people not happy, you know, saying she keeps digging herself into a deeper hole, saying be Bao, be a horrible person at every turn, make a sponsorship post about a company that is in its own controversy, immediately lock replies so you can dodge accountability. And yeah, I think there is, you know, a lot of things kind of bad about this post, I guess I would say, because obviously she's in a lot of controversy herself surrounding the whole Sykkuno situation at the moment. Is it really the best time to do a sponsor? I mean, you know, at the end of the day, if she's, you know, making money, you know, she's still got to do a job, right? But it's also the fact that, you know, maybe the company should have thought about it twice, because she is going to get a lot of backlash for posting stuff, as well as Crunchyroll are going through their own, you know, kind of controversy, as they say at the moment, with a lot of things. For example, like accounts being breached, as well as so many more things that people are unhappy with Crunchyroll about. Saying ignores people questioning her involvement with the Sykkuno doc, chooses to take a sponsor with Crunchyroll, who have constantly made decisions about profit over morals, which rubs many the wrong way. Locks comments, someone please tell me how she still is considered a good and innocent person. Shady AF. And yeah, I think a lot of people have essentially been expressing the point that, you know, she hasn't really said about what her involvement with the Sykkuno situation was, which I do think is kind of fair enough, right? I do kind of want to know what her involvement of this was. Was she heavily involved? Was she not involved at all, right? Because, you know, of course she did make this tweet ages ago, back in, when was it? October 26th, 2025. You know, she made this tweet a while ago. She's known about what is going on with Sykkuno since October, right? That's a very, very long time. So what was her involvement with this? Because she hasn't made a statement. She hasn't made a video. I mean, I don't know if she's talked about it on stream or not. But obviously, you know, the only thing that we have seen is her reposting other people's things, which, of course, has people questioning, you know, is there some kind of involvement? Is there some kind of, you know, is there some kind of just at least kind of part that she's had to play in this? But, you know, people have been questioning her, people have been asking her in her replies, but there's still been no kind of answer to this, right? And people said, what a message to her, locked replies. I said, Crunchyroll, ooh, locks replies. Someone doesn't want her fans to see her BS exposed. So Bao, why did you lock the replies in your recent post after constantly reposting dumb and false takes only against Sykkuno? Which, you know, I think that's what a lot of people have been kind of not happy about. And this is one of the posts. I don't know what they were responding to. Oh, it's deleted. It's deleted post. Okay. Said Bao had to turn off comments and accept money from Crunchyroll. You're either just a money-hungry blank or going broke, probably both. Immediately Locke replies because of Sykkuno situation. Classic woman. The Locke's replies hides from controversy she had a part in. Promotes Crunchyroll, who has a controversy. I looked through the nominations. Don't worry, folks, you aren't missing anything. Like usual, it's the same 8 anime they rotate per category. I mean, yeah, there was some kind of upsets within the actual Crunchyroll Anime Awards as well, but that's not a part of this drama, right? It's like if you want to get angry over anime categories, that's a different video. Maybe we should do that on a different channel. But you know, it is interesting, right? It is interesting how you know, she hasn't replied to anyone asking questions about how she was involved in this, even if, you know, it was one of these things of like, hey, you know, what's going on, and she says, oh, you know, I only just knew about rumors, that's about it, right? Even if it was something as small as that, I think that's just what people want. People want just some kind of response, some kind of reply in any kind of sense. But you know, we haven't really gotten any of that, and instead we're doing kind of sponsorships. And yeah, as I said, it doesn't help that Crunchyroll is also you know, not exactly in the best of lights either. So there's some people as well that are purely mad at the Crunchyroll thing, right? Some people are mad at the kind of not talking about the Sykkuno stuff, but some people are also mad mainly just for the Crunchyroll stuff, which I think is something to kind of just you know, take in there, because yeah, there's many people that don't care about the Sykkuno stuff and instead care about the Crunchyroll stuff, which I think is also completely valid. And there's also some people that don't care about the Crunchyroll stuff but also care about the Sykkuno stuff. So you know, it's very varied on in terms of, you know, what people have in terms of opinions on this. But again, it is interesting, right? Because there's so many quote retweets saying Locked replies because you're an accomplice, literal misandrous garbage, obviously talking about the Sykkuno stuff. And again, I think you know, personally, at the end of the day, we're in terms of the Sykkuno stuff, I think there has been a lot of people that have been kind of spreading not false information, but like kind of what do you call it, stretched information. For example, like the Leia clip that we saw the other day, right? I thought that was pretty ridiculous, the amount that she tried to go on and kind of make it seem like he assaulted her or something like that, and it wasn't like consensual or something, when it very clearly was. It was one of these things that was, you know, it kind of made people fed up, right? It kind of made people fed up of what was going on at the moment, and a lot of the clips and tweets and, you know, screenshots that were coming about Sykkuno, because I do think it's true, right? I think it has gotten to a point where now people are just kind of, you know, posting their stupid interactions with him, claiming that he's like done something to them when he's only talked to them, right? Let's be real. I think there's a difference between, like, you know, obviously calling him out for cheating and all of this kind of stuff, of course, you know, 100%. Yeah, I think that's 100% wrong, and, you know, he should definitely face whatever for doing so, because I think, you know, he's hurt, like, obviously his girlfriend of 7 years and all this kind of stuff, and I think that is wrong. But I think that there's been a lot of people that have been kind of, I guess, poisoning the well with other kind of, you know, clips, information, whatever, which either you know, sometimes aren't even true. Some people have made stuff up about him as well, and also some are stretching the truth or trying to make it out to be that he is something that he isn't, over a pretty simple interaction, right? So again, I think it is interesting, and of course a lot of people have been pushing back against it, and they've been pushing it back against Bao, who has obviously been supporting this but never actually really spoken up about it, right? Hasn't really spoken up about, you know, where things might go wrong, hasn't spoken up even about the situation at hand, even if she's agreeing with all of the kind of stuff that is going on. I think it is interesting, right? And a lot of people have been not happy with this, saying Bao for no reason, you know, saying, as always, Giga Neuro was right about Bao, narcissistic, involved in every situation to make herself feel important, no accountability, Crunchyroll. Can someone from Neurosama Swarm find that clip of her and Lucy Pie talking about Bao? It's quite funny. Let's see, Crunchyroll, the Anime Awards. As I said, you know, you can see here, right, people are more so annoyed at the Crunchyroll stuff in that kind of clip there. But again, I do think it's interesting, right? He's been facing a lot of backlash and a lot of you know, hate over this, which I think is, yeah, I mean, it's interesting, right? It's interesting. But yeah, I mean, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kazu, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.
Damn, fuck yes. Oh, there's no phase 2, right? Please, God, no.
Nerderotic.com.
Yeah, there's Clive. He embraced his inner Clive right there with that fuck.
I am curious about this one. The fact that we're even talking about this, and they're probably going to frame it in the worst way possible. And we're going to read this article together because, again, I only skimmed it, so I don't know what the summation is or anything. But the fact that it's being talked about now, when the Hollywood Reporters of the world and the Varieties of the world would run cover for these horrible adaptations, I think is interesting. Fantasy authors are not playing. Creators increasingly call out unfaithful adaptations. From House of the Dragon to God of War, a game I finished quite easily. The Witcher. Shows are getting smacked by creators for seeming to stray from source material. Seeming. And there are reasons it's happening now.
What?
Amazon Studios has to be at least a little thankful that J.R.R. Tolkien is no longer around. You think? Can I remind everybody that they premiered The Rings of Power Season 1 on the anniversary of his death?
On his death. His death.
First, the studio came under fire by best-selling fantasy author Brandon Sanderson for its Wheel of Time adaptation. I had my problems with the show, Sanderson said last year. I won't miss being largely ignored. They wanted my name on it for legitimacy. It had a fan base that deserved better. Not wrong. Then last month, the creator of God of War video game, David Jaffe.
Okay, yeah, actually, let's just, because I hate the way this is written. It's like, David Jaffe's retarded, and he created the character, well, like the first game. This is adapting the Norse ones, and, you know, bearded Kratos and everything. Like, everyone was dunking on that image. And a lot of it is to do with posture and, like, the volume of the beard, as in, like, it feels as though you could have fixed this to look way better, even on set with what you had to work with, right there in that moment. Meaning, like, yeah, people are not happy and they're gonna fuck this up. But I just don't use David Jaffe as a fucking like point of authority. He's a moron. It's this may as well stay. Then last month, everyone said that the first photo was fucking horrible. This is like, yeah.
Didn't he go after Barrett Dark?
Oh yeah, he's now decided that his calling in life is retarded takes against other video game commentators.
It is extremely difficult to keep track of all of his horrible opinions.
I think it was bumming Alyssa McCann last time anyway.
Oh, it is so bad in so many ways. Neither of these characters look very interesting or appealing. If this was God of War Dumb and Dumber edition, this is what I would expect.
Wow. Ben.
Totally fun. We can skip the David Jaffe part. To be fair, Jaffe has been a critic of other God of War spin-off efforts since his involvement with the game ended nearly 2 decades ago. Yeah. And he added that he trusts the Prime Video show's producer Ronald D. Moore to deliver. But given all the fandom debate that surrounded Amazon's first 2 seasons of its Rings of Power, I will not even use Lord of the Rings in association with that. Not having Tolkien rage tweeting about the show's Harfoots has been a blessing.
Well, he'd be too busy writing anyway.
He'd be too busy writing, but I promise you, if Tolkien had a rage post, it would be the most eloquent and savage thing you ever read.
Oh my God. John Cleese tweet.
Prime Video is not alone in having a fantasy creator target its adaptation. The Witcher author, Andrzej Sapkowski, has publicly thrown passive barbs at Netflix's troubled series, saying things like the streamer never listened to me.
Yes.
Yes.
He laughed uproariously after he said that as well.
I got a lot of mileage out of that clip. I cannot praise the show. I cannot praise the show. It wouldn't be decent. The Witcher also famously lost their star Henry Cavill amid still murky It's not murky.
It's not.
It's not. Lauren,
his contract ran out. This was the clause in his contract where he could get out, and he fucking took it with immediate effect.
No. He was very difficult to work with. He was very rude. He's a very bad actor.
He wanted them to actually adhere to the books.
Yes, ridiculously unreasonable shit like that. Yeah.
With the actor having hinted that fidelity to the source material was a core issue for him.
See?
It sounds totally difficult to work with.
Yeah, what a idiot.
What a son of a bitch.
I don't know how I got away with it.
Wow. They're just listing off shit we've put in our videos and talked about on live streams for years.
Many such cases, dude.
Wow. George R. Martin. I just mentioned him in my Harry Potter one. After years of difficulty holding his tongue over some things about Game of Thrones, he wasn't thrilled about Unleashed a Dracarys on prequel House of the Dragon for its deviations from the book Fire and Blood amid a falling out with showrunner Ryan Condell. We got into season 2 and Condell basically stopped listening to me, Martin said. I would give notes and nothing would happen. Yet Martin has sung the praises of the new series, The Night of the Seven Kingdoms, saying the show is as faithful as an adaptation as a reasonable man could hope for. And playfully quipped, and you all know how incredibly reasonable I am on that particular subject.
Well, for one, you know, we'll never know the context, what happened between him and Condor.
Yeah.
We all know there was the writing strike shit, so they couldn't even fix their own season when the 2 episodes got wiped from them. There's all kinds of push and pull with studios being twats. I wonder if Martin's going to maintain the relationship when we move into season 2 of Night of Seven Kingdoms. Already changes being made that everyone's aware of, so we'll see how that goes. And
they have to relocate to film now because the Spanish area where they were going to film has just been
flooded. Yeah.
So, you know, what's funny about all of this is these are all conversations, because Gary's totally right. This is all like copied, but in a thin way. Like, there's so much more to say about each of these circumstances, each of the people saying it, and about what source material and how. I suppose you can broadly draw out of it they should adhere more to the thing that they're trying to draw the audiences out of. I mean, I'm not going to disagree on that front.
No, George wrote his blog about the butterfly effect, basically. And one of those, and he didn't even mention the Valerians, right? Which I'm guessing he approved, which they tried to make work in the show, and it does, minus the wigs, which is stupid. But making them black, it cost them the one genuine black character who was in the story, Nettles, who's kind of important because what it shows is you don't necessarily have to have a lot of... She probably is a dragon seed. She probably is some kind of Valerian bastard. You know, it probably has like 1/10. Maybe she's quarter black. Who knows?
Quarter like Valerian.
No, she's full black. Maybe she's 3/4 black. I don't know. But she in the story, she basically just slowly feeds a dragon over time and tames it and is able to ride it that way. So they take away that story. Plus she has a major connection to Daemon later on that's going to be completely removed. So I don't know what they replace it with, because if they replace it with, I don't know, one of his daughters, that's weird, because he has a relationship. Daemon has a relationship with Nettles. So if you're going to use, yeah, it does fuck everything up. Plus, the one thing he brings up is they left out, I'm blanking on the name right now. They left out one of the kids and who gets massacred, but leaving out the kid takes away.
Which one?
Fucking Renoir.
Oh, in front of the house?
Yes. If he kept doing this one move, I just could not get the timing for it.
Was it his gradient attack where he snaps you out? He gamazes you?
Oh no, the Thanos snap I got.
Okay.
That's what I bitched about earlier when he kept trying to target Verso. I get a fucking vendetta against him.
Well, yeah.
Obviously.
Fucking turncoat.
No, it's the fucking orb he does in the sky.
Ah, okay.
The gradient one, I fucking only timed it because I knew I mashed first, then I could time it after I mash it. The other one where he does it like twice, and then the third gradient one fucking blows. So basically, it was just a race against time and praying to God he didn't want to do it. And then the healing. God killed me on the healing. I had to figure out a way to nuke the fucking pedals. Yeah, thank God Verso has that ridiculous move. I just had to hold my shit until those came out, then finally able to kill him. I don't know what the boo's even called. It's basically, I forgot what the hell it's called. It looks like Judgment Cut, if you know what Judgment Cut is.
Are you speaking in Final Fantasy terms?
No, actually, Devil May Cry terms.
Oh, okay.
That's Virgil's special move, Judgment Cut.
No.
Puts his blade at his hip and quick sheathes it and looks like a bunch of cuts went everywhere.
Oh, okay. The anime shit. The weeb move.
Yes. Virgil made it famous.
I'd say it was probably famous before Virgil, but teach their own.
Hey, eat dick. Virgil's the only one I've ever seen do it.
So that must mean he was the first one to do it.
Yes.
You who is famously late to everything in every fucking franchise ever.
I know what you're talking about.
And they can't pronounce the name of any of them right for whatever fucking reason.
What are you talking about? I named a bunch of franchises, right? exactly. See, fuck you. My point stands. You eat a dick.
A bunch of other scenes. So when you remove these things, you have to change so much. And it's not like this is a dense story to begin with. It is a Wikipedia article on the history of Westeros. So there's not a lot you had to change until the end, which they've already.
We've often compared it to like if you're building, you know, a fucking like Tetris tower or whatever, and it's just like I'm not going to use this brick here, and you're like, oh, but it's going to collapse when you get halfway up. Like, what are you doing? It's like, no, we don't need it. You're like, okay. And then you get to the halfway point, and it starts to topple, and then they're like, oh, what? Oh, damn it. And you're like, what? Like, wait, hello? This reminds me of how they did Game of Thrones. So many instances of that from, you know, even the earlier seasons, and then you just see all the repercussions, then they just gave up.
They did. J.K. Rowling famously told the filmmakers of Harry Potter, like, don't leave out the house elves because there's a really important part that they mostly left out. And then Dobby comes back out of nowhere, you know, in the final movie. And if they would have put him in a little bit, not that his death still had impact, it would have had more impact, right? It's, but yeah, so you lose Nettles in House of the Dragon. It's kind of a big deal. But we also don't want to like remove any responsibility from George R. R. Martin because he has some. My guess is, and I'm not the only one who said this, is his notes probably came in late, so they were already well into production and couldn't change anything. And you know, Ryan Condell probably could have thrown him under the bus at that point, but they still technically have to work together. Ryan Condell's an executive producer on Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I don't know like how much involvement he has, but. It'll be interesting. HBO recently had a slightly similar issue with an acclaimed Green Lantern comic book writer, Grant Morrison, who aligned with outraged fans taking issue with the showrunner of the upcoming Lantern series, who just signed a letter protesting his new boss. Damon Lindelof. Series joking Green is stupid. Morrison wrote, what is the jockish dismissal of superhero conventions intended to prove anyway? The showrunner Damon
stupid. That's one of those ones where you're like, this was honestly said. This was said.
Yep.
A color is stupid. And they tried to cover it, being like, nah, I was just joking around because it's such a great joke, you know, green, stupid. And then we actually didn't call it Green Lantern.
Yeah, and
then his costume's beige.
Oh, that trailer, fucking hell. It was some avant-garde, like, hey, what if green wasn't green?
Well, and they didn't follow it up with an explanation of why this is why we called it lanterns. I think that's the most telling thing.
No, because he gave you the truth at the start.
He gave you the truth.
That's why.
They think green is stupid. Oh, yeah, by the way, please watch our Green Lantern adaptation with Green Lantern.
Do you know when green's not stupid, Gary? Do you know when it's not stupid? When it's Black Panther.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes.
You know, when they were making this fucking decision, you could totally imagine they were like, listen, calling it Green Lanterns and calling it Lanterns or whatever, that's the difference between it being a majorly respected, impactful, culturally just fucking historic show. If it were called Green Lanterns or something, oh, everyone's ignore it.
Yeah, that's stupid. It's green.
Well,
I'm not going to watch this.
You almost want to sit them down and be like, oh, this is all going to collapse, guys. There's not much you can do. You could call it the Rainbow Lanterns. It wouldn't fucking matter at this point, okay? It's all over.
Since you gave that video, that board game analogy just a few minutes ago, all I've been thinking is this whole thing's just kaplunk. Do you remember kaplunk? It's just kaplunk. You're just waiting for the sticks to come out and the balls to fucking fall.
Well, you know, it's not that long ago, but like even the Snyderverse, kind of, it took a while for it to all settle down and stop. But everyone knew, like, very far back, you know, it takes a while. And then it takes a while to drum up to what's going to be new. And it's just crazy because by the time you release Superbad, it's like, I think it's already over, James. Sorry, mate.
Sorry, Jimmy.
That didn't work out well. The showrunner, Damon Lindelof, who surely had to be amused at being called a jock, drafted a sincere apology. Another HBO fantasy project, The Last of Us. Man, they're just going down the line here.
This is what I mean. These are skipping over so fast. Like, but the person writing this probably has no idea what any of this means.
No, not at all. They were probably given this story, and well, some fans are really upset about adaptations, and this all comes from Black Snake, by the way. This is all inspired by Black Snake. Another HBO fantasy series, The Last of Us, had a split when the game's developer Neil Druckmann left as co-showrunner after season 2, which I would probably say is a plus at this point. Druckmann hasn't said anything.
It's too far gone now.
Oh, of course.
The crazy conclusion was season 2, the show was worse than the game.
Wow.
Like it was unfaithfully worse, which is an incredible achievement. But this is a funny paragraph because they don't have a citation here. Like even Neil Druckmann is pro with the show. Like they needed a quote from someone that said it was shit. I don't know. That should have been too hard to find.
Druckmann hasn't said anything negative about the show, but noted after he left, the way I can be best contribute is to make sure season 3 is deeply faithful as season 1 was, because I feel like that is the gold standard for this kind of adaptation.
Okay, so that means that we're gonna go to the most hated woman in video games, and she's gonna fucking team up with a trans weirdo to go and bite off Ellie's fingers.
It's going to be $1 bazillion to make this thing. And you sort of sit them down and be like, what are you doing?
How are they going to do Seattle? How are they going to do Seattle?
This is not going to happen, guys. This is like, you're not going to make any money from it. You've already fucked it. It's over. No one's watching the show. No one's playing the games. It's over. You killed it. Stop fucking around.
Isn't it amazing that the exact same thing happened with a TV show that happened to the game?
We said for like years, it's like, oh well, they might change the story. It was like, no, they made it worse. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh my god. And they just don't know. They don't know, and they can't act fast enough to change anything in a real way. So they just have to motor on with this failure, and it's the most predictable thing in the world. You know, when a Marvel sequel is rolling out, everybody and his mother said, well, this is going to be the biggest flop of the year. And it was. There's that word again. It's faithful.
Yeah, everyone knows as soon as Joel goes, the interest in the show goes.
Dude, the fucking second season opened with Ellie wrestling a man that was like 4 times her size and defeating him.
Of course.
It was like, God, could have given us a bit more time before we got to this.
And it gave us the wonderful "I'm gonna be a dad" meme.
Yeah. I don't remember. Did Bigot Sandwich make it into the show version?
It did, I believe.
I don't know. I didn't watch season 2 because I gave up on season 1.
I think chat would know.
I feel like it did make it in.
Shame. Bigot Sandwich deserves to be in the adaptation.
You know what? I'm hungry.
You gotta be faithful.
I want a Bigot sandwich.
By the way, this is such a bad reference, like I said, for so many reasons, because you wouldn't want them to be faithful to The Last of Us 2.
No. That's you just made the point. Like the author of this article chat GPT'd something with no reference and they're framing it with I'm waiting for them to say at the end, well, the reason it's happening is because we need more diversity. That's what I'm waiting for. We'll see if that actually happens.
Didn't we discuss before the second season came out that we thought that Joel was going to stay in the show far beyond his expiration date?
No, they just
they just fucking knocked him off. Just like, and then all the women went, "Oh, we're not watching this anymore." And then 6 months later, he went, "By the way, fucking a Jewish dude." And then that was it. Then they got on their high horse again.
The common threads of the authors being riled at adaptations that do not, in their view, closely honor the source material or feel like their views are not being taken into account. Authors having such a sentiment about their adapted works is, of course, nothing new and is not necessarily an indication an adaptation has done anything wrong. And they talk about The Shining. Did I miss? Okay. Sorry, we got to go backwards. Ironically, the biggest fantasy author in the world, J.K. Rowling, who is perhaps one of the most controversial names in media due to her trans. No, she's not.
No.
By the way,
you just a bunch of fucking mentally ill fucking weirdos.
Yeah, she's only controversial in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And with a few people on X, she's not controversial anywhere else. Go look at the packed theme parks, the audiobooks, the full cast audiobooks. Half-Blood Prince just came out. It's freaking awesome. Dominating the charts, making millions. Yeah, that's not the controversy. Has nothing nice, nothing but nice things to say about HBO's upcoming adaptation of Harry Potter books. I'm happy with it. She has enthused. Rowling is an executive producer on the project, but has nothing to do with it, by the way. Yeah, but Black Snape hasn't been going down very well, has it? Two factors have emboldened authors to push back. Suggest, they went to a professor. We needed to go to a professor.
The bad takes.
Professor Lotz.
To Professor Lotz. Professor Amanda D. Lotz.
Lots of D.
Professor
Amanda D's nuts.
I mean, you know when they do the surname first and the initials after? Amanda Lots of D.
Lots of D.
Oh my God. A media and digital trends scholar. Shut the fuck up.
All right, everyone, sit down. Get ready to learn something here.
So Amanda's in a lot of debt.
We are in school right Oh my God, it's in Queensland University of Technology. So it's Australia, right?
Australia. Yeah.
Sure, we're going to get
Queensland.
A really insightful take. And an author of Aftermath Media, storytelling for micro audiences in the 20. I fucking hate reading this sentence. Micro audiences. I guess that's accurate. The Acolyte was storytelling for a micro audience. Starfleet Academy was storytelling for it says it right here. I'm sure this book sold in the 5s of 10s.
It was for a micro audience as well.
It didn't get that far.
It was.
It didn't get that far.
First, there's a reason in which perhaps obvious. Authors have a closer relationship with their fans and a massive megaphone thanks to social media. Just the norms around how one performs being an author, especially with the strong fan base. That relationship, I'm glad she went to school for this, to figure all this out, man. That relationship has evolved a lot over the last 2 decades, along with the way in which they can communicate and experience people reading their works. So I'm blown away at this take. But also, filmic storytelling itself has dramatically changed in just the last several years. The combination of audience fragmentation, where studios no longer need to draw the largest possible viewership on every show. What? Yes, they do.
What the fuck is this?
What are you talking about?
They need it more than ever because budgets have exploded.
Yeah.
And like there's an actual competition now for airspace all the time. Even with literally just random people on YouTube now you've got to compete with. So yeah, this just, you know what this reminds me of, Gary? Season 1 of Born Again, Heather, where she's like this genius, experienced psychologist. Yes. She's like, I'm writing my book on masks. She's like, oh wow, what have you got to say? And she's like, well, a mask offers someone a sort of chance to become someone else, or it actually allows them to become their true selves. And you're like, wow, deep. Yeah, that's math. Yeah.
Deep.
How much did you get in debt for that?
Yeah. So apparently, according to the fucking media scholar, Professor D's nuts, studios no longer need to draw the largest audience possible, and streaming services collectively serving up hundreds of long-form titles a year now allows these stories to be adapted with a level of specificity and loyalty to the source material that wasn't realistic before. But the whole thing is they're not being faithfully adapted.
Yeah.
Audience fragmentation has made it possible to keep the interesting bits of a novel rather than trying to smooth out the challenging bits for a broader audience. Netflix is trying to compel lots of different people with different tastes to continue paying for it. That's a very different mandate than trying to come up with a miniseries adaptation or novel that you're going to try to compel many people to watch at the same time, and will get lots of attention.
can't they write faster and less?
Get to the fucking point.
I know what you mean.
I'm sorry, because I zoned out of that fucking
She's making the point that they can be specific to the source material, not worried about the general audience, but this whole article is about them not being faithful to the story. So when's she going to get to that part? Especially at Netflix with The Witcher. The rare exception
GTP, where she stole it from.
in the non-streaming space was something like Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, which was 20 years ago. But streamers are trying to balance making wide appeal content and pleasing a vocal hardcore fandom that can often have an almost religious view of canon, which they haven't done, like at all. And now authors potentially breaking rates to join the fans in their criticisms as well.
Yeah,
Why do you
because
think?
you're not adapting the fucking
Because you're not
source
adapting
material.
it.
Every
Fucking
single fucking
hell.
time, they feel like they're the first person to say, hey guys, me personally, I'm gonna try and give my own spin to this thing. I'm gonna go off the rails a little and give you my own interpretation. And you never get the dude, other than maybe one time, that's like, I'm gonna stick to what it was, and I'm gonna give you what it is as best I can. That is my job as an adapter. Like, ooh, I wish one person would try sticking to the source material these days. Just one. Let's see how it goes. Just one person. One.
One benefit of the old way of doing things was that because adaptations had to change so drastically to fit a 2-hour movie or a broadcast TV series, there are greater acceptance that changes would be significant. No movie version of The Shining could have ever captured Jack Torrance's very gradual slide into bringing up The Shining again. The Shining movie is better than the book.
It's really topical, though, Gary. It's a really topical one. Why don't you fucking pick one from, I don't know, current day?
Current fucking day.
Current fucking day.
Boring. I don't envy the studios trying to negotiate these things. She did not address what they set up for this entire article. What does this mean?
Go back to the title.
The title?
Yeah.
Fantasy authors are not playing. Creators increasingly call out unfaithful adaptations. Then the
Why is that
byline.
in the article so far? You've had one line that's gone, which sees some creators joining fans. That's it. That's what you fucking said.
So, and they say, and there are some reasons it's happening now, and they never give you an answer to that.
And there are
question.
reasons.
There are lots of reasons.
Well, they didn't say they were going to give them.
Okay, you're right. You're right, and they didn't. They went to a scholar who said something that doesn't relate to the rest of the article at all.
Well, so half the article here is just stolen broad points from other people, and then it's just quoted the book and pretended like that's it. We did it. We've made a point. There you
Our
go.
work here is done.
That is a chat GPT is ever fucking
dude, yeah. Totally.
ChatGPT, give me the broad outlines on why fandom, blah, 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 you know.
Fucking annoying too, because it's a really interesting conversation if you drill down into like, is it possible to adapt unfaithfully and still have it be good? And is it possible to adapt faithfully and have it be bad? It's like, yeah, we've got examples of some of this, you know, all over the place. But we're currently in a culture where they keep banking on pre-established audiences with content that they have no interest in. And then they're like, wait, why is this crumbling? It's like, oh man, there's a skeleton key that unlocks this entire system for you, if only you knew. Because, you know, this is why I said Resident Evil should be in there. It's like everyone's saying, you know, Zach Cregger's going to make a good film, good horror movie. It's like, yeah, probably. I don't know. Sure, maybe. It's just, you know, and I'm sure.
But then, like we said, we all turn around and go, but it wasn't Resident Evil. It's a good zombie film, but it wasn't Resident Evil.
If Weapons was called Resident Evil, you'd be like, yeah, I liked it. I don't know why the fuck they called it Resident Evil, though.
Well, yeah, is that Resident Evil, but doesn't have any link to Resident Evil? It's just like that's the name because it's in suburbia. No, it's part of the Resident Evil brand.
Yeah, just you have to picture. People have been saying this. Like, no, it's going on
residential evil.
While Resident Evil 1 and 2 are happening, this is happening. They're gonna do that, Gary.
They are.
Fucking wait. But
that could be our spoof movie we made.
Yeah, and it's just a bit rude, I think, specifically to Resident Evil fans. They've been brutalized for a very long time.
They said all you need to do is take Jill, or Claire, or Leon, or Chris, or Ada, or one of those main characters and just put them in the film as the lead, and it can be them on an adventure at some point in what year? Pick a year. It's 2014, you know?
Yeah, yep. Spencer Mansion, just rent out a mansion, get a couple of sets that you can fuck with, basic makeup for zombies, give them limited ammo in the story, give them a bunch of people to talk to, save, and revelations and scary moments, shoot it well, easy like choices for cinematography and lighting. The game gives you all of this.
Yeah.
Do the Lisa stuff.
Have Bravo team in
there.
first. Bravo team getting fucking minced. Then you
It's
go to your
all
then you go to Alpha's team, you know?
And when that pays off, great, you do Resident Evil 2 and 3, and then we finally get to watch someone kill a bunch of Spanish people in Resident Evil 4, which would have been really
I
cool.
live for that.
Yep.
Grace Randolph will be against it.
No, dunno.
So she'd be pro it because there'd be plenty of white people dying.
Yeah, she's against Resident Evil 5 when they go to Africa.
Which they would never adapt because they're cowards, but that's...
Yes. And again, yeah, I didn't even lie either. I thought I did the happy board. All right. I'm gonna go see if I can beat Onslaught. After this, I'm gonna play TFT the rest of the day. Progress this fucking storyboard. You said you were gonna send me something once I got past Act 1.
Yes, thank God. I fucking forgot like 7 times now. Jesus, I've remembered and then forgot and then remembered and then forgot. I got you right now. Like I'm literally staring at my shit. It's fucking great. Fucking hell. Yeah, I found it already.
I
Right.
really feel like a bullshit. I don't know. I feel like I really bullshit that Renoir fights. I feel like I didn't earn that one. So I spent an hour trying to beat it.
Gonna earn these fucking laughs. Watch this at your earliest leisure.
He passed Verso's head. Oh my god. I see why people like this. Oh, wait, what's this? Oh, this is why you said I need to upgrade the relationship shit to get new stuff?
Yes, it has a purpose.
Radiant attack versus striker. Alright, cool. I can save right here.
I sent you the video on your DM.
This is a good stop point. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Hang on a second. Be right back.
You fucking trip. Hello? You alive? Oh, you hit something.
Yeah.
Like hard.
My fucking headset was on my fucking mic arm. And I reached for it and my hand fucking knocked into it by mistake and almost knocked it off. I forgot I didn't mute my mic, my bad. Same deal as last time too, by the way. Whenever you finish Act 2, I'll send you the Act 2 video. He's got one for they did one for like every act by now.
Am I wrong to assume that girl with the white hair just my L? Because she looks like exactly like her. Just with a fucked
Oh,
up
Alicia?
face. Yes, that person. I can't remember her fucking name.
They'll dive into that.
And then no one in the team questioned why he randomly yelled that name.
Yeah, true. I'm
Wow,
thinking
I
like
just
all the
questioned-
reactions, like everybody that reacted, like when we were playing the game when it was new, like everybody heard that name and everybody reacted. But yeah, in game nobody questioned it. Maybe they didn't hear it.
They didn't hear it. He screams at the top of his lungs. All right. What character do I want to go in with? Play with some Serenas. They were fucking.
I did my one run on Harris, and that ended up being a really good call because I was in the middle of fucking everything, and I was able to survive it.
I'm about to go reactor farming for a minute. Oh no, the reactor I need is not available. Well, fuck that shit. Gonna go fight Hangman for a minute.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's back in the game. I totally forgot he's back in the game.
So let's leaderboard this. I'm actually gonna try to go for it this time.
Hangman is He's poisoned, right? If I remember correctly.
Well, I thought he was electric.
I was well, for some reason I was thinking he was electric too, but then I'm starting to think it was the other guy that was electric. The Tormentor was electric.
Yeah.
The Hangman is
The Jaber leaderboard's not even competitive either right now.
Oh no, he is electric. No, you're right.
It's only been a day. I'm about to try to go for leaderboard.
Yeah, you need electric res for this guy. So Toxic Descendants are kind of in for this one.
As long as they ain't dog shit players.
Indeed. This fucking sucks, man. My fucking strongest gun by far is Thunder Cage. But I've been fucking nuking and annihilating everything with it. Now this fucker has electric res, and it's like, I don't know if I want to be taking Thunder Cage in there against him.
Well, Fallen Hope.
Yeah, that's pretty. It might become the default option. Honestly, it is pretty goddamn strong right now. It's just nothing is on the level of Thunder Cage at the moment. Once they gave it that Giga fucking 2.0, like it's basically been shitting on everything in the game, and yet nobody wants to use it. Meaning the shitters who absolutely need to be using it.
Oh, fuck. Oh, nope, I still got it.
Oh, God.
Kill chain.
Oh my god! Oh my god, bro! Is that Netanyahu's sock? Is that Netanyahu's sock? Give me that! Give me that!
I finally gave the fucking
American
birds
last.
action.
Oh my god! Oh my
What
god,
the
bro!
fuck is wrong with
Is
it?
that Netanyahu's sock? Is that Netanyahu's sock?
It's a fucking coin flip. Oh.
Are you looking at the trigger module?
Yeah, I'm trying to put together the Jaber build again.
Isn't that a Keelan trigger module?
Kill chain
Or maybe I'm thinking of the other one.
or Two-Face?
Two-Face is probably the one I'm thinking of.
No, I can use it on Jaber.
I have no doubt. I just know one of them was specifically made for Keelan as like the primary go-to. And they had some heads and tails mechanic built in or something like that.
Let's see if people are doing what they did in the past. Yep, people already brought out Keelan to fucking absolutely eviscerate the boss. Yeah, Keelan has some stupid setup where you can legitimately just absolutely annihilate the boss. Oh yes, that Jaber leaderboard doesn't look competitive. I'm gonna give me a fucking Emily. Time to go see how dog shit my teammates are about to be. Sorry, yeah. It's new yet.
Speaking of that, let me fucking do a test run with Fallen Hope. Why don't I have hired shit on this? What the hell was I doing? I'm gonna fucking soup this shit up. It's fully built, so that's not a problem. Nice color scheme. Keep it exactly the same. Perfect. Oh, hell no.
One of my challenges in the event home, hallelujah. It's been only 6 months. We haven't played Iron Banner since last year. Why? What do we got? We got an auto rifle. Okay, it's a rapid fire, 720. Gotcha. We've got, okay, all right, okay. Holy sh, worth every bit of the weight. And a shader, piss yellow. Didn't even mention the name of the shader. You know what, Bungie? Good shit. Good shit. All right, we're gonna go play some Iron Banana, everybody. Now, if you're from Marathon, you may be wondering, what is this Iron Banana you're speaking of? Let me show you. Let me show you what a real PvP game looks like. Keep it up, boys. Keep it up. The connections in this game. Holy shit. Nothing turns me on more. Get it, baby. Oh my God, Doug is going in, dude. He is going in. I'm starting to question things. I'm getting scared. I love it. Got it. I need to game. Keep saying it. That's why I hate this game so much. Holy shit. You gotta keep saying it. reminds you of the pose. Oh, look at that. Stabilizing the holster. Rewind rounds. Target lock. All right. Hold on. Is this thing meta? Is it actually good? Put the shit on. Hold on. It's not even a good roll, by the way. This is, I definitely not recommend using this roll, but we'll put it on, give it a go. Take a look at the rolls in just a second. All right, guys. Let's just see how meta it is. Let's see what the roll is like on this one. Holy shit! Really? You want that? You Swanson? Dude, who's this guy? He didn't even double tap me. He somehow gets a fucking 3 tap. I don't give a shit about anyone else. I will beat the Swanson. I'm about to sweat my ass off. This is Swanson. Love it.
Get him down. He needs to be recharged.
Swanson! Where are you? My man, this guy sucks ass. Of all the people to fucking kill me. Of all the people. There it is, baby. There it is. There it is.
That was fine. That felt fine.
Oh, you think this is your friend? I'm erupting! Swanson. Oh, shit! Well, motherfucker. We got Swanson's ass. Honestly, the auto rifle roll we have is pretty terrible. I can't hit shit with it. Swanson. Oh no, that's not a guy named Swanson. It's Milky. Looks like Swanson. Sounds like Swanson. Not Swanson though. Oh shit. Oh shit. Good stuff, team. Good stuff. I got no special. Shit. Watch it. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Just like a hunter, dude. Just like a hunter. No range. Oh. Oh. I mean, what the fuck just happened right there? The hell was that? I zoomed way further than eager. Wow, wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Get the fuck out of there. Are you shitting me right now, Bungie? I ran a marathon. God dog, man. God dog. Swanson, you could have won this for your team, but it didn't work out that way, son. Didn't work out that way. GG's! No way, Ironbender finally found its way here. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Look at all this shit I'm getting. Oh my god. Look at that. Actually, that is one shitty range stat. Look at that. It's 30. Yeah, we ride, baby. We ride. Let's see if we can make it work. Everything else is pretty terrible. But it's got dynamic sway. So we might be able to make something happen here. Really, Bungie? This is the map you give me? First control Ironbender game, you give me this shit? The range on this thing. Holy shit. Holy shit. Look out. Peek this. Peek this. No. Why are they playing so safe? It's like they have a radar that can see everything. Oh, it's that ass, baby. It's that ass. Oh, it's that ass. All right, boys, I need an opening right now. I need an opening. And by opening, I mean you need to fucking throw your bodies at bullets before me. Oh my god, y'all just keep multiplying. Holy shit right now.